And hello, Internet! Welcome to Land Beyond the Mist. This is session 14, and I am excited to get it going. We have an excellent group of returning players, and I am ready to roll some dice this morning. So, without further ado, let's go around the table and introduce the characters that have been brought out to the... well, I guess haven't been brought out to the Mist, but are joining us for our session today. And we'll start just in the order of the cameras with Koron. Welcome back.
Hey everybody, I am bringing back Talise McLeese, who is a halfling rogue who heard stories of people making their fortunes out here in the land beyond the mists on the Shrouded coast, and sort of followed to find their destiny, and they made a little bit of money. We'll see how it goes from there.
All right. Well, hopefully fame and fortune will follow. The next player to be introduced today belongs to John Dungeon Master. Welcome to the stream.
Oh, why, thank you for having me, Greg. I'm John Dungeon Master. I'm going to be playing a milkman today. That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's the introduction. All right. Well, excellent. Do you have scorpion milk from your last adventure? How did that go? I don't know.
We're going to find out.
We'll find out. All right. Well, no further introduction needed. Clearly, everyone is on board with the milkman. We'll just slide on over to Mr. Underground. Welcome back to the stream, man.
It's a pleasure to be back. Today I'll be playing Heart Fuller, a human fighter that is a low noble soldier has come here from the mainland to get what he needs to rebuild his unit. It's not much. He needs the supplies, he needs the wealth, he needs the experience. And what better place to do that than here?
All right. Excellent. Looking forward to seeing what your unit might be after it is rebuilt. That could be an interesting character. Last but certainly not least, coming back is Soul Crusher. Welcome back. Why don't you give us a little introduction?
Thank you. I am back. I have Randall with me today, or Randell. He is a barbarian. I think he's wearing a cool cloak now to cover his like almost nakedness, as he's wearing like a WWE wrestler thong, pretty much. And he's just going to be hanging out with people in the mist and probably getting bit by werewolves today, I think.
All right. Hanging out and getting bit. A good time indeed. Well, with introductions out of the way, let us talk about what we are up to today in the mist. So, amongst our crew of mighty adventurers, I believe it was Harold the Herald, a.k.a. the Milkman, who brought this motley crew together. Tell me, Harold, how did you amass this unit of devilish warriors, and what is it about this quest that spoke to you? Well, tell us about that.
Well, simply put, I did not let the gnome just walk off with 2 magical daggers because they were useful to me. As well as Randell, who I'm now friends with, but also quite irritated at the fact that he stole my orb, my morb orb, if you will. Heart Fuller and his unit. Well, as a milkman, I also have a unit that gets much. Alright, now I'm not going to do that joke, but Heart Fuller seemed quite sturdy, and he's my flail bro. We flail around, which is a euphemism. As to the werewolves, honestly, I just want to help them out. Being cursed for all eternity to be a werewolf sounds awful. And what better way of showing your love for someone than to kill them when they need killing?
All right. I mean, who could argue with that logic? True love, a fairy tale beyond the mists. Excellent. So,
just kill them.
With this fairy tale in mind, the four of you have been brought together with news of a lycanthrope that has been identified in the forests beyond Rhymeview. Excellent. You are gathered together in the tavern and are free to make any preparations that you would like to make. What do you want to do here in town before your adventure begins?
I'd like to break Harold's grapple.
All right, I'm going to need opposed athletics checks. We're starting out strong.
Yep. Yeah, that's good rolls right there.
You went out early, boys. You're slippery, I say.
Oi, let me go sell these damn daggers. I need the money.
Don't sell them. They're worth so much more than you know.
What do you mean? They're worth so much. That's why I want to sell them.
True.
You'll have a hard time finding someone that'll give you a fair price.
Ah!
I've been
When'd
here
you get here?
past 5 minutes.
Oh, shit. Okay, well.
All right.
Look, I gotta go hit on a dwarf real quick to see if she's gonna give us some healing potions for this quest.
You
Oh,
can
do you
do
need
that.
more money for that?
Wait, we're going on a quest? You just kept me
Yeah,
locked in
we're
that
going
room for
werewolf.
like a month.
No. You've just been hanging out with me. We've been making deliveries.
Is this man harassing you, child?
Yes.
Yeah,
We're both
obviously,
children.
I'm harassing them, yes.
What
Why are
is
you
this
hurting-
about a quest? What are you talking about?
Did you not read the quest? The literal poll that I gave you?
No.
A, go kill the werewolves. You have 4 days starting now.
And why does this mean I can't sell these daggers?
I just sprint away. Just heading straight towards the barracks.
What a start. Okay, you sprint away from your captive friend? Same thing in your mind, I'm sure, Milkman. You sprint away. Where do you go?
I head to the Cold Iron Company headquarters, or their representative office here in Rhymeview.
Excellent. You make your way to the Cold Iron Company's headquarters. Unlike much of the rest of the guild halls here in Rhymeview, you will know that the Cold Iron Company is kind of towards the eastern walls of the city itself, outside of the residential district, away from the docks. This is kind of a barracks that has been co-opted by the guild that once housed the many city guards of Rhymeview in the past. As the guild has rose in prominence, they have needed this extra space for their guild hall and have come to some form of agreement with the soldiers and noblemen of Rhymeview to use this old barracks as their headquarters. As you arrive, out of breath and panting, you will find William Grimes drilling wannabe prospects outside the walls of this barracks. He is a broad-chested ex-adventurer with glorious mutton chops and a wooden prosthetic leg. You know him to be the overseer of their trade store, and he is out here barking orders as a group of strange and young, impressionable youths attempt to fall in line with the Cold Iron Company's training. What do you do as you approach?
I guess I first approach him as he's drilling these people.
Yes.
Hey Grimes, is the store open?
Oh, I suppose so. What do you need? You there! Keep your back into it!
Yeah, put your legs down on... Wait, nope, wrong thing. Grimes, I need healing potions.
Do you now? What is
Yep.
your reputation with the Cold Iron Guild?
I am 20. I need 1 point to be considered a footman.
Can
Can I just, like, do him a solid and he can just be like, hey, yeah, that's fine.
Give me a d20 roll +2 for your 20 reputation here with the Cold Iron Company.
How about a 20?
Ooh, I like it. He looks at you for a moment. He says, you've done some good work for us in the past. Everyone, take 5! I'm going to take this hustler here to the back. And the kids like give a multitude of broken salutes and begin hopping off towards the barracks. And you are led to the kind of open area in the front of the barracks where the guild kind of keeps itself running with extra healing potions and weapons and all kinds of stuff. He looks at you and says, it's not usually our policy to hand these out willy-nilly, but I'll tell you what. You've done us good work. If we forego the usual discount for men of the company, I suppose I could sell you some healing potions.
That's more than fair.
Excellent. We currently are running slightly low. There's a multitude of people trying to go after the lycanthrope bounty that was posted. I currently only have 4 potions available.
And how much do they cost each?
50 GP, I believe. Is that correct? No, my brain's falling off. Yes, that is correct. Okay, good. Yeah. 50 GP each, he growls.
Okay. I can pay for 2. I know that Randall was interested pre-game of how much money he wanted to give me for this endeavor.
Buy me 1.
Okay.
Just buy me 1.
I will buy both.
All right. You buy 3 potions at full price for 150 gold coins that are meticulously bit into and examined. He pockets that away and pulls out a small, it's not so small, but medium-sized crate that you can see plenty of missing potions in. And he doles out 3 of them. A single red elixir remains as he puts it back under lock and key.
Okay. Thanks so much, Mr. Grimes. You're great. Where's Thunder? What's her name? Thunder Delver? Thunder Fives?
She's out and busy at the moment. I'm taking care of what we have.
Understood.
Yes.
Tell her I said hi if you see her. Before I go die to a werewolf.
You too. Fair enough.
I blow him a kiss.
All right.
Okay. Mr. Randall, please subtract 50 gold if you have not.
I have.
Okay, cool. We are Gucci to go. At least on
Party heads out.
So what do we know about werewolves? And what's public knowledge about werewolves?
You would know that werewolves specifically are a type of a lycanthrope. There's the curse of lycanthropy that is similar to what you might have heard of back in the hometown. Out here, it is a little more wild, and from time to time, there's people bit or attacked by lycanthropes. There have been reports of tigers and boars, even rats, as well as, of course, your standard werewolves. There is even rumors that in the deserts to the south beneath Rustport, there is even a type of lycanthropic curse that turns you into some kind of jackal-like creature. The various curses of lycanthropy are known to afflict you, most of them, aversely during the full moon. You will, during the 3 days, or I think 4 days, 2 days on each side of the full moon, you lose a little bit of control during your transformations. People who have been afflicted know to go on rampages and hurt people that they love and care about, but throughout the rest of the cycle have some limited control as they transform across their various forms. what else might you know? You know that they are highly resistant to mundane weaponry. Some creatures are known to be, or thought to be, completely immune to the, mundane attacks of the adventurers out here. And thusly, the curse is feared for a variety of reasons, both the fear of losing control, being afflicted by it yourself and hurting those that you're closest to, and also the fear of being at the mercy of a lycanthrope, unable to fight back against it. For those who have fought them before, it is known that silvered weapons give you some chance against them, though they are not always the best. They're not a silver bullet, if you will, to take care of the problem.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your group's plan now? You've gotten some healing potions. What are you doing? What's your next steps here?
Well, I think our goal was to head to where it was last seen, but I made this plan a month ago in real life. And I'm now having trouble. In the forest. I suppose we'd follow standard operating procedure and ask people of where was this werewolf last spotted, if at all.
Perhaps you, before walking away from one William Grimes, remember, oh, wait, where was this werewolf, after all?
Hey, Grimes! I'm after that werewolf, too, along with every other idiot. Where was it last seen?
He says, you're the first person bright enough to ask. The Cold Iron Company rewards those who will strive off on their own to do something, but it is a bit of a weeding out process, looking for people intelligent enough to make good soldiers. I will send word to the noble house of Rhymeview that you are going to inquire about the werewolf problem. It's the job comes from the house of the queen, her ladyship. We will have you speak with her head of the noble residence's guard. It seems her ladyship herself is required to leave the estate on some urgent business.
I see. I cannot wait.
I will send news of your arrival post-haste.
I will go gather my adventuring comrades.
Mm-hmm. All right.
How did I do that?
The four of you get gathered together, learn that you are to go to a noble estate. And off you go. The party is not needing to travel very far before you go climbing up a hillside inside the walled city of Rhymeview. Here, the kind of residential district turns to a more richly decorated neighborhood, a little more wealth here. This is where your mercantile class stays, as well as those who own the various institutions and merchant shops around Rhymeview themselves. Lesser nobles might even stay here, but this is largely the capitalist, if you will. Mercantile is probably the better way of putting it, district of the city. You are led up to where there are various noble estates. The large lawns and grasses, well kept by multitudes of servants. Statues to ancestors of Rhymeview dot the kind of lands here. You do not go to the actual castle itself. Her ladyship has her own estate some distance from it, and you are brought up to an estate that looks something like this.
Ooh.
Yes. This is... Oh, hold on. Like this. There we go. Hey! This is the front of the noble estate of her ladyship, the queen. You will see that along the manicured lawns and nice like stone walkways that are set up for your coming, there is a small contingent of guards waiting for your arrival. Chief amongst them, a balding and gray-haired man who is sitting with like arms at his hips, watching you make the long walk up here. Unlike the estate's usual, there are plenty of servants usually walking around, guards around. This one is a little bit lighter. You can hear a few laborers working away inside of the various like stables and places inside the estate, but as you approach, it is just much lighter. And eventually, as you get close enough to speak with him, the guard with the hands on his hips gives a nod and says, "We were told to expect you. Welcome to Her Ladyship's estate. You are the four that are investigating this lycanthrope sighting, yes?"
We sure are, my good man. Thank you for receiving us in quick order.
To be fair, I expected a quicker response from the Cold Iron Company. Seems they have delayed a bit, but you are here nonetheless. As I am sure you are aware, Her Ladyship is out attending to some urgent matters of her own. She's taken with her a good number of the guards of the estate and some of her personal servants. If you would come with me, I will show you to the 3rd floor of the estate.
We do just so.
All right. He beckons you to come along. He guides you up the marble steps towards kind of an empty throne, or like receiving area. It's not necessarily a throne, but definitely a raised kind of marble dais where the guests of the manor can be received properly. And he leads you to the south of that marble, past some cooks working on a stuck pig and butchering some meat, and up some stairs into the hallways above. As you climb the hallways, you will see a jester sitting in an otherwise empty kind of throne-like area in the 2nd floor, receiving area, juggling some balls, trying out jokes on the cats and dogs of the place, listening to them as you go by. You are quickly brought past that 2nd floor, though, and up to the 3rd itself. On the 3rd floor, you see this is kind of the waiting area of the or not the waiting area, the sleeping quarters and like places of rest of the manor. You are informed that the available servants who are here of the night have been sequestered in their quarters if you need to question them. But you are brought to the southeast of the manor. In this room here, you are greeted by a maidservant holding some books in her hand, blonde hair tied back in a bun, and the gentleman kind of curtly nods before granting you entrance and says, "Take care as you investigate here. This is the chamber of Her Ladyship herself. It was unoccupied some fortnight ago, as the lady had just left to attend to her business. And this here is her own personal maid-servant. Her name is Jewel. Jewel was awake and tending to her duties when she heard a commotion here inside her lady's quarters. When she peered in, she saw a gruesome sight, a beast of terrible proportions rampaging about her ladyship's quarters. It has been preserved in its state for anyone who wishes to investigate it, and you're allowed, of course, to question anyone on the grounds to the night of the to the night of the incident. We have sequestered the 3 other servants who were here in their quarters. You can, of course, question them, and they are prepared. Everyone else has duties to attend to, except for that fool jester, but trying to corral him is worse than herding cats. I will have you know that this is her ladyship's personal quarters, and though you are permitted to investigate, we will be watching, and we expect you to show the utmost respect here as you do your jobs.
Yes, sir. And
Excellent.
just to get the timeline straight, the queen had already left when the werewolf showed up, or lycanthrope beast.
That is correct. It was the day after her leaving the estate.
Was it a night of the full moon that day?
No, the full moon was coming soon. So a fortnight is what, 10 days or so. So the full moon to be coming, or is upon you in the next couple of days. And so this would have been some weeks before the full moon itself.
Okay. I look to my friends, my allies, my compatriots. I say that all out loud. Guys, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
I thought they said it was in the forest, not in the ladyship's manor.
I
Just
presume
roll
it went
through the
into the forest. This is where it was first encountered.
It could be anyone, though. It could be you, as I point to Harold.
It's not fucking funny.
Hart
It could be
will.
me, actually, now that I think about it. No one is off the limit of the suspect list. Was anything
Well-
missing after the fact?
The guard shakes his head. No. I took a head count of the quarters here. It seems that after the beast was found out by our Jewel here, she did the smart thing and roused us guards with our protocols. We were able to chase it off the grounds and into the forest beyond. We have been on alert every evening hence, but we have not seen return of the beast.
That's
Is anyone wounded?
There was 2 guards that took unfortunate slashes from the creature. We, of course, had them observed by priests and had the appropriate measures taken against the contraction of lycanthropy. We are assured that they will not be a problem this full moon.
That's good.
I think Randall's going to walk in here and start checking the windows to see if there are claw marks from someone climbing up into a window.
Yes, indeed. You look by the window you have just walked to, and as you are observing it, there is a long claw mark into the side of the window, as if it has been gouged by a creature hoisting itself and its body weight up or down. The claws are irregular, and there are 5 of them.
Guys, we have claws over here. It came in through this window.
Did it go out through this window? I asked the maid, Jewel. In an accusatory manner.
Jules shakes her head. I did not see it enter or leave. It was chased out by the guards. And the guard shakes his head. He says, I couldn't imagine the beast would leave from that window. We are in the 3rd floor. Where could it... Or enter through that window. We're in the 3rd floor. Where could it go? It was chased out onto the roof to the hallway below us on the second floor, and from there it used the tower beyond. He kind of points his way to what you see as a guard tower facing out across the estate. He scrambled down from the roof onto the walkways there, provided by the crenellation for our tower, before being chased off the grounds entirely. We gave some chase, but it was quick and left the walls of the city and into the forests beyond.
Was anything taken? It seems like there's a bit of a mess in here.
A bit of a mess indeed. He looks to Jewel. Jewel shakes her head. She says, I can't be certain. I am not privy to all of my employer's belongings, but aside from the mess that you see in front of you, I don't know of anything that is missing altogether.
Louise is taking a close look at whatever this mess is in front of her. It looks like, interesting or maybe valuable
Indeed.
things.
Yeah,
here.
There is a bag, a plain yarn bag, as if it has been meant to be easily hideable, that has spilled out a number of gold, copper, and silver coins, along with some small jewels of various sizes and colors. Next to it is a pile of clothes that match the clothes inside this open chest of drawers in front of you. It seems that this was pulled out as if someone had been tossing through it looking for something. This is spilled out on the ground in front of the chest of drawers. As you investigate it more closely, you will find long raking claw marks inside of the chest of drawers, almost as if something had grabbed into the edge while it was looking through.
Any follow-up there, Belize, you want to do?
Not right now.
Okay.
What's on this table? It looks like scraps of paper have been shuffled or torn up.
Yes, there is a bookshelf empty to the left of this table. Books and papers are scattered in piles as if they had been torn off of the bookshelf and tossed aside. The writing implements and books that may have rested on the table themselves are in a pile to the ground to the right of it. Everything is mixed together and strewn into various kind of loose piles. It seems as if everything was pulled out of the bookshelf and at least thrown to the ground or onto the table. The fact that there are two distinct piles on the table kind of gives you an impression of something going through these papers and books and scrolls on the empty, that presumably would have come from the empty bookshelf to your right.
Bill, you didn't see it leave, or guard, you didn't see it leave with anything in its hands, did you?
The creature, the guardman considers for a moment and says, No. The creature most definitely left empty-handed.
Was looking for something?
Clearly, yes. Who would send a werewolf or creature into a queen's bedroom? Looking for what?
What I guess now I have a follow-up. So you said there's still a bunch of clothes left in this
yes,
this container over here, yeah?
Yeah.
Does it look like enough clothes that someone would have had to keep pulling things out to keep searching? Or does it look like it's near the bottom? Like almost
it looks pretty
empty?
near the bottom. You would say that half of or more of the contents of this are piled up next to you here. What's left in here could easily be kind of thrown to the side or so. You could see the bottom of this if you tried really easily.
Okay, gotcha.
I think Randall's like, well, clearly this thing is searching all the containers for something, but I don't know what. But why would you hide something like in something that's supposed to hold something anyways if you're keeping it hidden, right? So he's gonna try to like look around for weird spots that have like hidden compartments, maybe. So if there's no fire in the fireplace, he's gonna like test the bricks to see if there's like a loose brick, maybe, and then failing that, he'll start like wandering around looking for stuff.
Okay, absolutely. You test the fireplace for a loose brick. Sadly, the fireplace itself seems to be entirely mundane to your eyes. As you are looking for hidden compartments, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
It's not that bad for -2, honestly.
That is not bad at all. Randall, do you find what you are looking for with, like, cunning and intellect, or do you just, like, happen to bump into what you're looking for? Like, are you lucky or good?
I think he's more lucky than good. I think he's just, like... he's the guy who's, like, jingling all the handles and like pushing stuff constantly and like messing. He's like touching all of the things.
Yep. Absolutely. So you are like jiggling everything, like lifting up the benches nearby, like kicking on things. And as you are messing around with the corner of this bench here, maybe like lifting it up or something, you like set it down on your foot by accident. You jump back and your body hits this wooden frame. I don't know what to call this. This was something that you would like lay a dress on to either like display to show at like a merchant stand or clothes. Doesn't have to be a dress. In like this case, mannequin. There's a dress next to it, or to like sew the like finishing touches on. You can see that there's fabric and sewing materials in this box here. So as your body hits this like large wooden, we'll call it a mannequin, but that's not the name of it. Though the mannequin like slides back. It doesn't like topple or knock over. It slides back just a couple of inches, and you see a empty kind of alcove, like a dark kind of hidden compartment underneath. You push the mannequin all the way to the back of the wall, and you see a small compartment, not particularly large, maybe about 2 to 3 feet wide and only a foot or so deep. And it is empty. Although, from the dust that you can see gathered up here, something was in here at one point. There is a square of, like, bare ground where the dust has not collected. It is a square of a few inches, maybe, 4 or 5 inches wide, and maybe... It's a rectangle more than a square, maybe 2-3 inches long.
Okay. Psst, milkman. Come here.
I'm literally right next to you.
But look. What could have been in this box? There could have been anything in this box.
Yeah, like a bottle of milk.
Oh my god, I hope not. It would be turned into curdled milk.
Hey, Rogue! Miss Thief!
What did you just call me? I am...
I'm sorry. Respectable person with 2 daggers. Come over here and tell us, what do you think, through your professional opinion, would be in this box? If there was a box here. And the first place, I say, looking at the head maid... Who else had access to this room?
Well, any of the servants would have had access. We have a schedule.
Anyone?
We have a schedule of cleaning. I would be in charge of that, of course. I don't know of this, obviously. I am just the head servant here. I do not know the Queen's secrets.
You all had to leave this room alone, and yet you still were scheduled individually to enter into this room?
Yes.
Wait, what?
We are servants here. We sometimes clean and take care of the property on a rotating schedule.
But not since the scene of the crime, right? No one's tampered with
This room
right?
has been under lock and key, awaiting an investigating crew.
Okay. Understood. Tell me, is there a queen's tailor here? Or a seamstress?
The queen herself liked to sew. She made many of the dresses herself, and I have helped her with that. I have a bit of knowledge in the sewing itself, but only from time to time. It's really her own hobby.
I narrow my eyes. Clearly suspicious, but not actually.
Okay.
It's never the first person you think.
Who has had the key the whole time, or where's the key been the whole time for this room while it's been locked?
That would be under my my observation personally, says the head guard.
Did anyone enter the room after the werewolf ransacked it?
He shakes his head. Other than our guards as we chased it out, I do not believe so. He looks to Jewel. She shakes her head. I don't know of anyone who did. It was locked soon after.
Well, I guess we get to go talk to the other servants then.
Yeah. Has anyone been off the premises after the event? Does anyone make scheduled exits to go do chores outside or something?
Some laborers, yes. So we must acquire the food for the manor. We have scheduled pickups and deliveries of supplies. Soldiers occasionally are allowed breaks, although we have been on high alert, so I do not believe... I would have to check the schedules myself, but I believe that no one has been allowed their personal time until the Queen and the rest of our contingent returns. We're a bit on the short-staffed side, you see.
I understand.
Just a moment, Greg. While
Well,
Hart checks this window, are these windows with like latches on them to make sure like people from the outside can't open them?
These windows on the third floor are not latched, no.
Anyone could have come inside or from the outside at this point, as long as they climbed up.
So, I mean, so far we've seen scrapes and gashes on everything that the werewolf had theoretically gone through, right? Does this box have any scrapes or gashes in it to indicate that a werewolf would have...
like underneath the mannequin, quote unquote?
Yeah.
No.
What about the mannequin itself?
You give it a good look over, looking for signs of claw marks or scrapes. You see none.
Does the other one with the dress have anything on it? Like evidence that
the other dress standing there does not. The unfinished yellow and white dress is relatively intact. Doesn't seem to have any scratches or marks upon it. Although you do see both dirt stains and scratches amongst the fabric that was pulled out of this chest here.
Was clearly looking for something.
Yes. Who knew
And I
that,
feel someone
spot.
else. I'm sorry, I'm talking over you, Patrick.
Go ahead.
No, you go. Go ahead.
The Hart will ask.
It's politeness off.
Who knew of this secret spot where the Queen potentially hides her most prized belongings?
Can you imagine anyone in their right mind admitting the answer to that? Like, who in their... That would make them suspect number one. Even if Jewel did know, she would deny it.
It's a question I have to ask, nonetheless.
Pointing the thumb at her.
Isn't Jewel the only person we can't suspect?
I assure you, I know nothing of it. And the head guardsman just kind of shakes his head and says, I know of no one who would keep confidence with her ladyship herself.
Jewel, I need to ask you a very important question. As head maid, I understand how it goes. I used to... Well, I won't get into my own personal past right now. But look, you ever hire on someone who just... Their eye lingers a little bit too long at doors? Daydreaming
Are you
about...
accusing me?
No, I'm asking you, if you had to accuse someone on your staff of committing theft, who would it be? If you say it's the jester, I'm just gonna slap you right now.
You know exactly what I'm thinking.
She puts her hands on her hips and goes, well, you do bring up a valid point. That man is not right in the head. There's an extensive vetting process amongst the new people brought in. Most of the laborers and servants here have served the house of her ladyship for multiple generations. I myself am a 5th generation servant here. We have risen to some prominence for our service to the house of her ladyship.
Has that jester been in this room at any point of time that you know of?
No, not that I know of. It would be most inappropriate for a layman such as him.
I see. Can I scratch you with the silver coin real quick, just to see what will happen?
She looks at you quizzically for a moment and goes, well, if it would satisfy your curiosity. She, holds out her wrist to you to be scratched by a silver coin.
Yeah, I'll scratch her with a silver coin.
Okay. She doesn't flinch or anything. She just stares, locked eyes with you the whole time as you test her for lycanthropy.
She doesn't even wince when I scratch her with a coin?
I'm assuming it's a light scratch. Are you drawing blood with a coin?
I want it to hurt, yeah. I want it to hurt her.
Okay, yeah. She attempts to lock eyes with you, but yeah, you intend to cause pain and sure enough, and
I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I swear it wasn't supposed to be like that. I say, lying. Hey, guard, can I do the same to you real quick?
Is this what we're gonna be doing now?
He undoes a buckle on his wrist and holds it out to you. This time,
Harold.
even if you draw blood, no wince comes from this weapon.
Harold, I don't want to say that you're stupid or anything, but isn't it the other way around? Aren't werewolves only harmed by silver and other weapons? Wouldn't it be more efficient to poke their finger with a dagger that's not silver?
Grab your face with both my hands, hit my forehead against your own, and mutter under my breath, "You dumb fuck. I don't think the silver's actually going to hurt them. I'm looking for someone who has extreme pain tolerance, as if they're resistant to damage." I slap him in the face.
But they wouldn't be resistant if it's silver.
You don't know that. Silver doesn't work like that. I run out of the room crying. Where the fuck is the 3 maids that I'm gonna...
You rush up out of the room. You begin looking for the 3 maids. They are up here in the kind of middle of the estate. There are multiple empty rooms to either side, and here you see a couple of small adjoining rooms with simple beds in them. This is where the kind of servants that are most trusted, right? These are the people that sleep up near the same kind of rooms as her ladyship and the, fellows of the court. They serve the most important guests here. Your standard laborers would be sequestered in a different part of the manor.
Hello.
Yeah, you see the 3 of them lined up here, and you greet them. They all curtsy in exact unison.
I try to match them with my scale mail armor, just like, ooh, hello.
They smile politely, though you sense a judging eye somewhere behind you, as your curtsy does not quite measure up.
That's fair. I greet you all. I am Harold, the Herald. I'm here to test you, to see if you're a lycanthrope.
Oh?
Indeed.
You're not going to hurt us?
Working in league with one, I say suspiciously.
They all shake their heads. No, we would never.
Are they lying to me, Greg? They feel like they're all...
I don't know. Do you think they're lying to you?
Kinda. Now. We're speaking in unison like the fucking twins.
No, they curtsied in unison. They're not speaking in exact unison with each other. I don't know. Roll me an insight check.
Oh, I'm fucking great at those, I say. Oh, I'm great at those! What?
Harold, you are very persuaded by their demeanor. Something about them, their big brown eyes, their obvious fear at what you suggest, their kind of demurement. They seem like they have nothing to do with this to your eye. There's no
grip my
deceit
heart
detected.
and dramatically turn around. Oh. I'm under the spell of charm. I need to leave. Excuse me. I turn away.
All right.
Jumping over the hobbit, looking for the fucking jester now.
All right, while he's doing that,
Yes.
Please.
Hart will actually pull aside Tullius and say, "Hey, can you come with me? I want to check something out."
One of our members has been charmed by the servant hive mind.
Don't
worry
worry,
about-
guys. I've got this in this room.
I want to check something real quick. We know the lycanthrope must have climbed up the wall. In fact, he'll motion for one guards to escort us out to the outside.
You want to go out on the roof? Like over here? Or
No, on the floor where this lycanthrope climbed up the wall and through the windowsill.
Oh, you want to go outside on the first floor?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you're led. In that case, you are led back downstairs through the manor. You'll exit out kind of the back of maybe the kitchen. There's an exit there. You're led to the bottom of this kind of floor, and you can investigate your heart's content. What are you looking for?
Well, the lycanthrope it climbed up using its claws, so it must have left marks in the walls or probably torn off a few pieces of the stone which hit the grass here. I want to check if any of the other walls must have had similar traces. During all the madness, someone else could have climbed on through while the whole kerfuffle distracted
I like it.
everyone.
Very clever. So you're going to kind of circumnavigate the manor, looking for other entrances or other marks of another werewolf or were creature. Go ahead and just give me an investigation check as you make your way around the outside here, looking for signs of entrances.
Does Talib has a better investigation?
No.
Or all right, then you're helping me.
Excellent. Yeah, the two of you search together, assisting each other as you look. Go ahead and give me that
12.
roll. A 12. Okay. You investigate around looking for some signs of claw marks and whatnot. On the back of the manor here, you do not see any claw marks coming up the backside. You don't see anything on the northernmost portion. As you get to the south, kind of near the guard tower where you are investigating, you do see a number of claw marks scaling down the side of the crenellations, pieces of rock here. There's a mess of markings here on the south side, but beyond that, you see little else. Once you make the full navigation back to the window you started at.
Well,
So that all lines up with the story we've been told, yes?
yes, there's only one lycanthrope that came in, climbed up the wall, through the windowsill, caused a ruckus, got chased out, and escaped through this path towards the forest. If anyone else was involved, they must have already been on the inside. Or it could have been no one, and this was just a failed attempt to find something. Whatever that possession was hidden about could have just been something held dear to the queen, and she brought it with her.
It's true. It did not look like it had been ruffled through in a
In fact, with the amount of dust we
hasty
saw in
manner.
that little cupboard, I doubt anyone took it other than herself.
Meanwhile, me and Randall are interrogating the Jester, the only other named NPC in this setting.
Excellent. Yes. So while that conversation is happening, we will cut back over to Harold and Randell. You have come to the second floor, led back down the stairs, where you find the Jester sitting in the reception area, looking at a couple of dogs that are lying there, intrigued as he juggles balls back and forth, and a very disinterested cat just kind of lying on the marble pillar next to him. As you approach, you can see him telling salty jokes and singing bawdy ballads. The doggos just watch the juggled balls back and forth. You can see them just entranced by them as the cat just... As you approach the performance, he takes a look at you approaching and just kind of gives a big wink, continues on until the end of his ballad, where he lets the balls drop to him, and he looks at you and goes, "You know, the trick to performing for animals is a healthy dose of peanut butter." And he rolls the two of the balls towards the pooches, which immediately get them in their mouths and start like biting into them, and you can see inside of the balls are some like scoops of sticky peanut butter, which they continue to look at.
How do you get cats to...
Oh, there's no
Hey.
telling what the cats will do. That one in particular just happened to be sitting there when I started. I figured if you can make a cat laugh, you can make a king or a queen laugh. So far, not so good.
I approach. Awkwardly. Like I'm casually approaching a child or something. Inside, just... right next to him. I've got some questions. You've got answers.
Ooh, okay. What answers do I have for you?
If someone was going to steal from the queen in this house, who would it be?
Oh my. He looks at the cat. That thing has never laughed once at my jokes. I find it quite suspicious. I'm sure.
Randall, confiscate the cat!
I throw a silver coin at the cat.
The cat, it, like, gets struck by the coin and just, like, bounds off somewhere else on the grounds. It's actually part of the map layer, so we'll just have to pretend the cat's gone now.
I just say it acted just like any cat would. I don't know. I don't think it was suspicious enough.
Alright, so aside from the cat, who else?
Oh, that's me.
You're the guy who has all the answers. We know it to be the case.
The guy begins kind of like tossing a ball back and forth as he like idly thinks, his head kind of bouncing around like a bobblehead, and he goes, "You know,
I try to catch the ball.
Oh, you absolutely can. Give me a acrobatics dexterity check. No, sleight of hand dexterity check.
But I'm so much better being an acrobat. An 11?
No, you like try to jump in there, and he like sees that motion, and he like cocks his head at you. The ball goes like up, bounces off your forehead, and into his other hand.
Did I feel like when it was hitting me that something hard was in it, or was it more peanut butter?
It definitely felt like more peanut butter.
I thought that would be the thing, you know, like hiding rules in there.
He after he does his little game, he goes, I've always thought the priest was suspicious. A man of God. Psh, how could you be so weird,
There's a priest here?
Oh, yes.
What's he do that's weird?
Yeah.
He preaches? Ugh, so strange. The queen listens to him like, I don't know, he's gonna save her soul or something. Weirdo.
He's not wrong,
Yeah, I don't disagree with this guy. This guy seems extremely reasonable. I don't know why everybody hates him. Why does everybody hate you here?
If I had to guess, thin skin. My wit can be quite vicious.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Your bite is worse than your bark?
Oh, no. My bark is much worse than my bite. I'm quite gentle when you get down to it, but, vicious mockery, it is a problem of those with sharp minds and quick tongues.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Alright, I'm gonna coin him now. Let me see your arm, bud.
Oh, kinky.
Yeah, I want to dig into his arm with a coin.
Oh, you are not kidding. Oh, I'm not much for this type of pain.
Okay, I am a proper performer. I'm a trained freaking gladiator for entertainment, Greg. This come on, is this a performance? I want him to outperform me.
Okay, absolutely, yeah. He will try to outperform you. Let's see. Let me find his charisma modifier. All right. D20 plus 5.
No, yeah, one lead.
Oh, he's given it his all.
Oh
All right, so you get to yes and him. What is your continuation of this bit?
As he's going like, oh no, it hurts, I am going like, oh, it's hurting me too, and I'm just digging the coin deeper. It's like, we should bleed together right now, you and me, forever.
I think he breaks at the "we should bleed together" line. He's like, you win. Oh, such a good face. Hard to break you. I'll keep you in mind. Oh.
Yeah, we should.
He does hold up his wrist, though, which has like a trickle of blood down it. He's like, does this satisfy you?
Kind of.
Very good.
Alright, we'll go talk with the fucking priest. Dogs! None of you are weird wolf hybrids, right?
I think perhaps we should follow the weird tracks if we wish to find the werewolf. I don't know if there's anything there for us.
I never get the opportunity to question a queen's staff before. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Oh, God. I forgot about you. Yeah, all right, Milkman. Lead the way.
All right.
All right, where's this fucking priest? If this priest is a dead end, I'm going to cry.
The priest is down on the first floor. The priest himself occupies the northernmost corner of the first floor. You can see him having some hushed conversations. I don't know why this isn't jumping on the stream. There we go. You can find him having some hushed conversations with a person dressed in red, with like glass vials in his hands, like sloshing around, and they aren't like talking particularly loud as you enter the room from the south here. You can hear their whispering. As you are, like, approaching this door, you'll also see both Talese and Hart making their way back into the manor from the front entrance, having finished their circumnavigation and investigation of the grounds.
Talese, come here.
What?
Sneak in there and listen to their conversation.
Wait, into where?
Into this fucking church thing, or a chapel.
All right, I will go ahead and quietly move up closer.
Absolutely. You want to sneak into the room itself, or do you want to post up at the door?
For now, I want to post up at the door. But this is legitimately like what Talise is good at, right? And Talise was a lookout for her definitely not sketchy traveling carnival. So,
yeah,
like this is what she should be able to do, is quietly find somewhere discreet to sit and listen and watch.
All right, you post up at the door, listening, watching. Give me a perception check as you sit here, trying to catch what they say. Oh, you're good indeed. Your days at the circus come flooding back to you. You hunch down, creep into the edge of the door frame, listening well. You hear in hushed tones the priest being like, "Their soul will be judged for this, I say unto thee. Your experiments are blasphemy." The guy goes, "It is progress. They must be done. I will find the cure to all the Dale's society. Yes. Yes. Science will continue." He says, "No. I know that her ladyship puts up with your perversities, but she is not here to protect you. I will root them out, yes." Says, "You can't touch me, you old man and your strange gods. They are nothing in the way of science. We will strike you down." This goes on like this for some time.
They're just two shitbags just arguing with each other. I know, I will kill you with my side. Oh my god.
That guy's probably got a...
After 5 minutes of listening to them go back and forth like this, I'll quietly move back over to the rest of them and say, "I think it's just I don't know, somebody that says he's gonna solve all the ills of society. Sounds like it's something you could sell, you know? And some other guy saying that he's very perverted or something. I don't understand."
Nothing wrong with a little perversion. I kick open... Well, no, I close the door quickly, then I kick it open dramatically.
You kick the door open dramatically to the kind of priest's little area. This is where he gives sermons. There's a small kind of altar with many faces of the gods scratched into it, pews lined up, and both of the figures turn to look at you. Their conversation stops. Be like, "Ah! What? Who? Are we being invaded? No. Welcome to my sanctorium. Stranger, are you seeking counsel today?"
I'm seeking the werewolf.
Oh, I see. I think that you should start with this one right here. And he points at the man in red. He says, "Oh, you would, wouldn't you? Anything to halt my progress. No! I will not be questioned!" And he races out the door.
Sprint after him immediately, going from a spear tackle.
You spear tackle him. As you spear tackle him, one of the glass vials breaks, and he goes, "No, my experiments!" And a foul-smelling liquid just penetrates all of your clothes and armor. You stink to high heaven. It's like, "I was going to make the most long-lasting perfume! Oh, I hope you enjoy being covered in skunk oils!"
Why would you make a perfume out of skunk?
Because have you ever had a smell that lingers like skunk? What if I could make a rose last as long? It would be delightful.
Why are you carrying skunk oil in an openly accessible jar?
I was in mid-experiment when I felt the need to argue with that pitiful priest.
Are you the fucking werewolf or not?
No! But my progress will not be stopped! He smashes the other vial on you. Ah! Now you smell like roses! Come back to me in 5 days and report whether or not you still smell like roses. Ah!
I'll do just that. I say, patting him on the back.
Very good. You pat him on the back. Give me a perception check when you do that.
Yeah. I'm not very perceptive, but
He stabbed you.
no, I'm not very perceptive.
No, he's it's just a back, man. He gets some back pats. Will you let
Is
me
he
out?
jacked? Is he secretly jacked?
It's just normal back. You know.
Well, I
Seems
grab
fine.
his biceps, you know.
Yeah, you feel him up. He's a dude.
Can I cut you with a coin?
No! I will not
I
be
do it
cut!
anyway.
What foul sorcery
Hey,
will you
no,
do
no,
to
no,
me?
come on.
I never!
It's not gonna hurt, I promise. Well, it's gonna hurt. I stab him in the arm with a coin.
No, what are you doing? Oh, you really meant a coin.
Yeah.
Stop it! Yeah!
Oh fuck! I think I'm laughing too much to actually do the experiment. I'm gonna let him go and let him be the werewolf in my mind, but the free man in my heart.
He races off into like the tower to the south, or no, I'm sorry, to the northwest.
Well, what
I'm
you
my
will
favorite
find.
NPC guy.
Apologies,
I'm not gonna
priest.
lie. I cannot kill him if he's the werewolf. Someone question the fucking cleric so we can get out of here and
Yes.
track this werewolf down.
Apologies, priest, for barging in. The interruption wasn't too interruptive.
You know, we all need a good break from that man sometimes. His perverse studies need to be stopped at some point. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Well, we were pretty much questioning everyone we are encountering here in this little keep or manor. We've done some investigations. We have no direct leads of any conspirators with this werewolf in this place. It's obviously gone and left the place. No one here can be a werewolf. We can do the coin trick with everyone here, but I doubt that'll come to fruition.
I agree with you, good son. I believe whatever this beast may have done, it is unlikely to be anyone inside of the building itself. If it has any connection at all here, it would have to be a family member or friend, I am sure, but to know everyone's extended circles of social engagement would be a task beyond knowing.
My only question is, where were you on the night of the attack?
I was asleep, as I oft am. An old man such as myself tends to find early to bed is the best. They was roused by the guards as they rushed around the palace, the grounds here. And I, of course, did my best to comfort the ladies of the estate, the servants that were, I'm sure, traumatized by such a beast being so close in proximity to them.
Looking to the rest of the party, all we have to do is confirm with the other servants, and I think he's fine. In fact, I'll do just that. And Hart walks off to the upper floors to hopefully find any of the
They're still lined up in their room, like available for questioning. As you make your way to the top floor, they all. I think this is the first time you've been in their room. They curtsy and greet you, all dropping in like simultaneous perfect form.
Apologies for the interruption, but it doesn't seem like you're doing much. Were you had any encounters with the priest on the night of the attack?
Oh, yes. We were, I suppose, comforted? He's a man that thinks we all need comforting. We were looking to see what the commotion was all about, trying to get a piece of the see a piece of this fight going on. It seemed so exciting. He gathered us up and took us away from the window in the ladyship's room.
Oh, you all went into the room when?
Oh yes, what better window would there be to watch the fight? Wasn't much of a fight, more of a running away, sadly.
Wait here. And he just leaves.
Okay.
Dramatic.
Apparently all of the servants did go into Her Highness's room the night of the attack. And you comforted them during this? While they watched?
No. I pulled them away from the windowsill. It would be untoward to let them see the horrors of lycanthropy so close. I gave counsel with each of them, helped them pray to the myriad gods that they believe in. Attempted to tell them which was the true and righteous God, but we'll convert them one day.
And where were you the morning of?
Oh, the morning
That'd be
of.
my last follow-up.
Before the attack, you mean, yes?
After.
Oh, after. Well, here, of course. I am always available in my sanctorium for those who need me.
Does the sanctorium have like a little, like one of those like priestly, not pews, but like little desks where they can like place a book on?
Like a pulpit?
Yeah. Essentially, that's what he's standing near. I think I called it an altar, but yeah, it's like his pulpit, altar, everything you need combo. All in one priestly desk.
Yeah, I'll like look and like visibly thinking on this, walk towards like the end where the pulpit is, like looking at like the walls, like visibly thinking on it, and then I'll just like turn around and look at the pulpit to see if anything's just like stashed there.
There is a big bottle of booze there. Yeah, absolutely. There's a big bottle of booze stashed in the corner of the pulpit. There is a large, thick tome with the myriad gods drawn upon the cover, as well as what appears to be a censer on a chain.
I'm racking my brain on this. Is it alright? Apologies if I'm asking you, motioning to the priest. Can you quickly find someone for me? It's one of the servants, the servant girls.
Oh, of course. Which one would you like to speak with?
Any one of them.
Oh.
That's just something's racking my head for a moment.
Sure, of course. I will be back for post-haste. And he strides off, his priestly robes, like, trailing behind him as he goes down the hall and up the stairs.
Oh yeah, I definitely reach into the pulpit, pull out the tome, and lift it open to see if, like, pages have been like carved out and there's something just hiding inside of it. Is it that kind of trick?
You leaf through the tome itself, and what you will find is most of it is largely intact and notated in a like shaky old hand. But towards the back of the book, there is a loose piece of paper that kind of slides out. It is not the paper that the manuscript or the tome is made from, nor was it bound inside of it. It was just seemingly stashed away. It is written in a flowing and very like practiced, almost calligraphy-esque script. And while the writing is in common, it does appear to be ciphered in some way. It is just gobbledygook to you on first glance.
I go to the rogue of the party to see if they can make heads or tails of it. Here, take a look, quick, while we have time.
I look at the cipher and I'm like,
is it thieves'
No, camp? I mean, I don't think this is thieves' camp, right? It is not
a
proper
camp.
cipher.
It is a proper cipher, yes.
I love a good puzzle.
You know, thieves' camp is usually just words. This is just like, why are there numbers? And I don't get it.
Well, to my understanding, taking the note back, every priestly folk has some connection with the Arcanum Council. I want to confirm with them real quick to see if this man is of them, but something's on this.
Wait, is it
Something's
kind
happening
of... Did we see any of those paper... Like, is this a matching paper from the ones upstairs?
Good
Like,
memory.
the vellum
Yes.
itself?
You look at it, and it does look very similar to many of the writings and manuscripts and loose pages up in the Queen's study.
I asked for the paper.
Hand
I
it
wish
over.
to make... Look, if this is the cipher, there's got to be a code, but made out of similar paper style, right? That, or it was planted on the priest.
That it is, and we can spend some amount of time in the Queen's study to find that cipher, but I doubt we'll just find the language book for it. Anyway, he should be coming back soon. Oh, you have it right now?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Pocket
Because
it.
I've got a
What's
question for Greg.
Yes.
You say it's in common, but if I were to cast, like, comprehend languages, would that break ciphers, too?
Ooh. That is a good question. Put comprehend languages in the chat real quick. Let me read it. Yeah. For the
literal meaning
duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. It takes about 1 minute. The spell doesn't decode secret messages in a text or a glyph. So no.
Okay.
That is clever though. I like it.
I can't comprehend this fake language I'm looking at, guys. It's not a real language.
Pocket it real quick. I quickly give a bullshit story.
I do so. And while he does that, I go
Thinking.
upstairs.
All right. Harold, you slip out just as the priest is re-entering with one of the maidservants at his side. He walks in and says, I am sure that good Amelie here will be able to answer any questions that you have.
Amelie, all I ask is, did you ever seen anyone go through the main or front area? Other people that came on by? I don't know if anyone else has came here to the manor.
Through the front entrance recently?
Yes.
I mean, other than a few family members of the staff, no one in particular.
Would it be hard to have a list of them just to check each of them out? We might have to.
Yes.
leave the manor.
So Jules' brother came by. They had a lunch together in the city.
Yeah, Hart will begin to Hart will ask for the priest for an ink and quill to start writing this out.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah,
going
yeah.
to actually check them out. It's just the cover.
Right, okay, perfect. Yeah,
But
you
he'll
get an ink
spend-
and quill from the priest, and you get a list of maybe 4 or 5 people. Yeah.
Wait, no, that was huge. That was a big discovery, Mr. Underground. What are
No,
you
it's in
talking
there.
about?
We have it. It's just we don't need Greg to describe every one of them.
All right.
All right.
I hope it was important. Shit. Because we asked Jewel, has anyone left the premises since the freaking break-in? And she was like, no. And now she's giving conflicting testimony
She
right
didn't
now.
say no. She said people had to go and get food and etc.
Yeah.
Having a
But it was
luncheon
family
with your
members.
brother. Whatever.
It's a side note that we have on paper, but Hart gives
I'm
the
making-
thanks. We'll follow up. Hopefully, not that long. We leave the room and then we speak in hushed tones. All right, we need to decrypt the cipher. We need to find someone that can.
You look around and realize there's only the 3 of you, while Harold is absconded with the cipher somewhere.
Fuck, where did he go?
We will, as you realize that the cipher is gone, we'll flash over to Harold up in the 3rd floor as you are in the main room, being watched now by only Jewel. What do you do?
I'm probably descending into a slight case of psychosis. So when the team eventually comes in, I'm just a raving madman looking for the type of paper that was used for this one cipher as well. It's gotta be here somewhere. I know it.
I imagine you just have like the full Pepe Sylvia going on. you've even got like stringed different papers. Like,
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
I've sorted the letters by types.
Yeah, I would say that I might ask for a check here, but you're probably not doing this quickly, right? You're just going to take your time to go through everything here.
Oh, yeah.
And amongst them, you will find many pages written in what appears to be the same hand as the cipher, though they are not ciphered themselves. They seem to be drafts of letters to different magistrates, different heads of state by the ladyship here. You will find the kind of like summary of her daily tasks, and eventually tucked away in the pile you will find a small sheet of scroll-like parchment that is very thin, and it appears like rolled up, but it has been extended and lays there on the like next to a quill and a knocked over bottle of ink, and on it you see a list of letters and symbols just going down in a column, seemingly matching the symbols on your ciphered letter.
I'm so glad I found it. I was about to do the breath trick to see if it was like invisible text underneath it as well. Harold is going insane at this point as the others find me in the room. Has Jewel visibly reacted to my degrading mental state that is likely more performative than real?
She's standing over you as you like come to from your like fog of degrading mental state, like, sir, these are her personal letters, sir.
I found it. You don't understand, Jewel. This is the key.
The trouble.
Okay, but you can't just go willy-nilly through her ladyship's personal letters.
I'm sorry. I had to. I put down the code. Has the team caught up with me by now?
I think so, yeah. You probably come in as he's coming out of his fugue state.
Help me! I demand.
No.
Oh.
We can go get you a straitjacket?
Later.
Let's go get the jester. He'll know what to do.
Get the jester.
No. The jester.
That or the alchemist. I can't tell which one's the enemy.
What about the cat?
There's a cat.
Somebody put this letter in the priest's book, Heart Fuller. You don't understand that priest is being framed, or he stole it.
What's the letter say?
I one for one translate it out loud.
Okay.
All right.
I don't have the full
L.
transcript of the letter prepared,
Yeah,
but as you read it, it goes something along the lines of, Your Ladyship the Queen, Regina, thank you much for your continued support of the Imperial Crown. I am writing to let you know that a strange occurrence in the mists has been reported to me, and as your husband and yourself are the greatest supporters of the Imperium in the coast, I need you to locate for me a item of great importance. There is a crown, once thought long lost, that holds the key to tremendous powers. Please, I need you to discreetly find and deliver it to the Imperium. Yours. And then it says, I have forgotten the name of the current Imperial regent. Sincerely yours.
Emperor-Regent.
Yeah. I think it's an empress, and I'm just trying to find where I make her name. I don't know. The Emperor Regent. Yeah, I can't find my own notes.
Why did the priest have personal correspondence with the Empress as well as the Queen?
Something that he should not have, and I doubt he's the one that receives and sends all the letters.
Jules, is the case?
Did
Jules,
you,
who takes the
read
letters?
it out loud? I think
Yeah,
Jewel
that's what he
is just
described,
like,
yeah.
I think Jewel is just like slack-jawed at the moment as you like bring her out of like, who, the letters, yes, no, they would go through myself actually, as her ladyship's, had made. I would deliver the post to her, yes, no, the priest would not touch it. That's not his role.
Why does he have it?
I know not.
Heartfuller, we're about to crack open this conspiracy wide open.
Start with the priest and the alchemist. One of those two, they quarrel a lot. One could probably place
Maybe
blame
they're
on
in
the other.
cahoots even.
That too.
God, you smell bad.
They argue with each other. How could they possibly work together?
Because I argue with this dumb fuck all the time.
It could be a front.
He like
It
turns
could be.
around like, what? Who are you
And the
pointing at?
jester! The jester knew! I'm gonna start scratching my...
To the jester.
No, not to the jester, to the priest!
We have to stop the priest from running away. He must be put under lock and key immediately.
To the windows!
This has nothing to do with our current objective, but I like it, God damn it.
Practice.
We go. We go to the priest.
All right, you
We're
come
back.
you come storming down to the priest. He stands behind his all-in-one pulpit from IKEA, and as you enter, goes, "Oh, the stench has returned. Oh, I just thought it was that rapscallion."
What you're smelling is your own guilt! I slammed the inscribed piece of paper on the altar.
He narrows his eyes at it. A brief moment of recognition flashes, and you catch it, but it is quickly paved over. And he says, "I know not what you mean. My own guilt, you say? What is
lie.
this?"
I throw a
This-
gold coin at him.
A gold coin, like, smacks him in the face. Like, "Oh! Why are you throwing gold coins at me, sir?"
I pick up his gold coin immediately.
Give that back. I swear to God, I'll stab you.
Threw it away like trash. It's mine now.
Show us
What
your
is your-
arm.
Of course. He holds out
I scratch him.
his arm to you.
While he's grappling his arm, what's your connection with the Arcanum Council?
Oh, I have no connection with the Arcanium. I am under employ of her ladyship. Ah, that hurts! Jesus Christ, man! He, like, bleeds a little from your scratch. It's a little deeper than normal.
Why have you been stealing the Queen's correspondence?
I know not what you talk about. Oh!
You lie!
We are aware of something afoot here, and you are our first. And you might be our last with what we've put together.
And what exactly have you put together, sir? And he tries to, like, rip his arm away from Harold, who's, like, scratched him twice now.
True. I'm a stark raving madman. Is this man's will made of steel, or can I intimidate the truth out of him?
Ooh. Alright, how do you intimidate him?
Accusations. Alright.
Oh yeah.
No.
I'll assist you with
okay, so
that.
you
Oh, how do I?
Can I help
you've
with
rolled a
this?
14 to intimidate. How do you
Yeah.
intimidate him?
I'm sorry, I heard something in the mismatch. How am I? So I'm holding him by the wrist, coin that has now scratched several people. My eyes are wide. I'm visibly shaking in excitement. And I'm making the bold accusation that he just stole the Queen's mail, which I don't know about you, but in my fantasy world, headcanon, mail fraud is like the biggest capital punishment, you know? This guy is gonna be like put into a noose and hung until death.
You know,
That's-
there's fraud, there's theft, there's, you know, murder, and then there's
Murder.
mail fraud.
Mail fraud. Yeah.
So your intimidation is just like wild-eyed craziness. Is it an act, or are you just like actually stark raving mad?
It's probably a mixture of both. I want to, in a moment of calm, Harold would say it's an act. But while he's performing, it's like he's living in the moment.
He's
like
living in the moment. He's lost in the character. All right. Then I want from you an intimidation, a charisma check.
All right. Do you want the 14?
The 14, yeah, the roll can stand. What is your charisma?
It's 18 or 4.
Okay, so 4. So
it would just be a 14.
Yeah, so there would just be a 14. It's the same roll.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You, stark-eyed, raving mad, begin, you've stolen his mail, you're gonna be hung from a noose on the highest tree of Mount Doom! The priest at first has an iron will, and he's denying it. He tries to rip his hand away. You grab it back. You start screaming.
He already got
more.
the grapple. He let it in for the coin toss.
Okay. Yeah. You definitely eventually see that this guy's like, wait a minute. No, this loon is actually going to try to hang me from the top of some mountain named Doom. I am screwed here. This is bad. And he goes, no, you have it wrong, sir. I stole nothing from her ladyship. It was given to me.
By who?
By her ladyship, of course.
She gave this to you?
Yes.
Why?
To keep it safe, to safeguard it.
From who?
I know not. I cannot read this mumble-jumbo. I am fluent in 11 languages, but no, this one I know not.
My god, he's a wizard.
He's a fucking wizard. I breathe out 11 languages.
Can I tell? Is this guy telling the truth, or is he just full of it?
Give me an insight check.
We saw the mess with all the scrolls torn apart and split in half.
Randall, you think
development.
that what he's saying holds no sign of deception to your head, to your ear.
Okay. Guys, I don't think he's lying to us. I think he's just a drunk old man.
I resemble that remark. I resent that remark.
Don't worry, I plan on being a drunk young man soon.
It's entirely possible. The scrolls were split in half. The lycanthrope did pilfer through them. And not just that. There are other, coded correspondences?
I don't think
it was looking for something. It was looking for a letter.
It was looking for this. Or it was looking for the
box. It could be anything in that box.
If it was looking through the letters that were also coded, it would have no way to know which one was which. Were it not for if they knew how to read it themselves.
There's another question I have for you, now that my friend is no longer completely insane. It's quieted down. When you went in to comfort the maids that were in the room, were any of them not at the window when you walked in the room?
He tries to hold his head in his temples, but he's restrained by Harold. He's
I'll pour him a glass of alcohol to be I'm sorry about my friend. We're just a little. It's been a bit stressful here.
I hold my face in my hands in contemplation and regret.
He takes the liquor. Okay. Let me think. Good head-clearing liquor. No, I don't remember any of them not being at the window. They were ensorcelled by the horrors of the lycanthrope.
Okay, excellent. That's all I needed to know. Thank you. We'll leave you alone. I hope you win your argument on the perfume guy. He's the reason why it smells like shit in here.
Of course
it's the true enemy.
Of course it is. That.
Have you ever seen him without his robes on?
Huh?
Have you seen him without his robes on?
No.
Damn it, I was writing a fan fiction in my head. I'm sorry. That was a strange thing to say. Why did I make that roll? I think to myself.
Well, you're definitely cleared. Sorry for the harsh questioning, but someone must be in league. That creature didn't just come here for no reason.
I think what we are missing is that someone, it's likely she might have hired someone to take care of what's in the letter.
What?
Like a werewolf? She hired a werewolf to take care of the letter? Is that what you're asking? Is that what you just said to me?
No,
You think the
like,
queen
well,
is
maybe.
hiring werewolves?
Hiring someone.
Her title's a queen.
I thought
To
she
find
went out
the
on a adventure to literally go do this herself.
Maybe. Well, maybe we can ask more questions.
Let's go talk to the perfume man.
He's the only one left.
We give the note back as well, and we
You-
will put it back in the book.
You are corrected momentarily. The priest holds up his finger. He says, her title is not quite queen. It is a queen mother.
Oh.
Oh. Guys, what does that mean?
I don't know. I think she's,
She's
the
the-
mother of the queen.
She's a dowager queen. This is the queen of the late ex-king that was slain in the war some decade ago.
Unfortunate.
Her son sits the throne.
Fortunate.
I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone's death should be taken seriously.
Oh, it was some decade ago. You seem to be under the
Even
impression you are in Her Majesty's house, and the Queen Mother is the owner of this estate.
This makes more sense.
Wait, is the king not pissed off that a werewolf ransacked his mom's house?
I could not speak to the mindset of His Majesty.
Well, then neither will I. Guys, let's go strip down an alchemist.
Oh no, this is not. You know, I'm also not wearing very much clothes. He'll say as he pulls back his robe. Don't worry, guys. I'm an expert on not wearing clothes.
I heard he was perverted. He's probably into it.
He's the last one.
Okay.
At that point, we have nowhere else.
We're gonna go talk to this fucking alchemist again.
Yeah, you will eventually find the alchemist. He is in one of these rooms here. I'm gonna assume this one with all the boxes of things. There's a laborer going about his regular business as you enter the room, and the alchemist is going through the boxes, tearing open lids, looking at the various things. What could it be?
What you looking for?
I look for components! My experiments are always looking for new components. You ruined my last one. I shall give up on
Adam Randall.
perfume. I already smell your stench. The roses did not last.
Sir, I need your help with something. You need to
Yes, of
answer our
course!
questions,
What can the
or I'm
power
gonna
of
start
science do
breaking-
for you?
If you don't answer all of our questions, I'm gonna break not only your bones, but all of your toys that you have in this room.
You wouldn't dare.
I punch him in the face.
Oh, God! Oh! Why would you
This
do
is only the
that?
beginning.
You savage! Oh!
We need your total
Wait, is he
compliance.
actually hurt?
Yes, blood is pouring out of his broken nose.
Fuck, it's not the werewolf!
We're not looking for the werewolf, you fuck.
I'm still looking for him! I gotta kill him!
We need your complete compliance with our questions. We've come across recent developments, and it's quite worrying.
Oh, yes? More worrying than my broken schnoz. Oh! Well, now I at
break it
least
the
don't
other
have
way
to
if you
smell your putrid stench. He stares at Harold.
You made me like this!
It was your own fault! You tried to halt the advancement of science!
I just wanted to say your arm, man. I'm sorry.
What are your questions?
Looks to Harold.
Well, it's your turn! I would just want to make him naked!
I
Fuck,
slap
that sounds
Harold.
weird!
Fine. Where were you the night of the attack?
I was in my laboratory. With my assistant,
move-
Dee Dee.
You have an assistant.
Yes! It's a
Where are
potted
they?
plant named Dee.
Your
Dee
name.
comes up with the best ideas.
What is your name?
I am Dexter.
All right. Your components, any of them ever silver?
Of course! What is more important to the study of alchemical transmutation than silver?
Do you have any on your person right now?
No, it's in my lab.
Would you consent to a search of your person?
He said he
found-
wanted to make me naked. You do not have my consent to touch me. No! No, you've already smashed my schnoz. What other things will you smash? No, I do not like this at
We've
all.
already had a similar thing with the priest, and we found things that are worrying. We need to do this.
Yes? Oh, you found things worrying about the priest? Shock of shocks! Shock of shocks! That old fraud! You should go back to him! He's clearly the one you're looking for. Why is my nose still bleeding? I've rubbed it like 19 times.
That is
Yeah,
a very
put
good
pressure
question
on
that
your
we are
nose.
coming down, that we will come to the bottom of, but we need to find silver on your person for that reason.
I have none!
He will take off his gauntlets. You'll have to forgive me, but I need to be thorough.
This is not okay!
This is getting written into the fanfiction. Oh, man.
So how long have you been working for the Queen Mother?
I have been an employee of her ladyship for the last 5 years.
Guys, we're in trouble.
I'm not
Damn
doing
it.
a script search. I'm just seeing if he has any like hidden
You
like
pat him down. Give me a perception
blocks
check.
of silver. Yeah, to see if like he's been like stabbing himself this entire time so he bleeds. You said investigation or perception?
Perception.
I do this by
Early.
myself. 18.
Oh,
When you feel his back, you will feel wounds in his back. They are fresh enough that they like dampen your hand, and as you're being as thorough as you can, like you can smell the coppery stench of blood as you're patting him down.
Are you alright? You seem wounded.
Of course, I am fine. I am Dexter.
You are not fine, my sir.
I say I'm fine.
See it on my hand that I removed the glove off of.
He like starts rubbing it on his red shirt. No, your hand is clean.
Sir, we'll have to ask you to remove the cloak. I'm sorry.
Nay, no. I
do it, or
refuse.
do you want me?
My body autonomy will not be soiled today.
I think Randall like walks up behind him and is like, "Looks like we're doing this the hard way."
I cast
like,
hex.
like pulls it over his head and starts like kicking him. Like, "Give me your shirt, nerd!"
You overpower the alchemist easily and tear his robe from his body, revealing deep, long gashes along his back and torso. That like have scabbed over, but are like breaking and are like seeping like pus and blood.
Does this not hurt?
Like 1,000 stinging nettles.
These look like claw wounds, right?
Says you.
Dexter, where did this happen?
In
is
my
important.
lab.
What's in
Call
your
the guard,
lab?
I say, to no one in particular,
Randall will
as
go
the flail
running.
comes out.
Hart will go out and get some guards.
All right,
We
yeah,
are
you
suspicious
get
of-
the guards. You find the head of the guards. They round up 2 or 3 of the on-duty members. They come to see the alchemist bloodied and ripped, and they go, "What did you do to this man?"
He's been attacked by some sort of clawed creature. Do these wounds not look similar to your boys?
In fact, they do indeed. Were you attacked the night of the break-in? Yes, I was. I wanted to see what it was like. It's science! It's an experiment! No one with a scientific mind, a brilliance, a genius, has studied the actual process of lycanthropy before. It is the greatest experiment of all time! You cannot stop me! No! And he tries to run off before being, knocked out. Just boom! He slumps to the ground.
He says he encountered the lycanthrope during the attack, and yet it was assailed the entire time it arrived by your guards here, turning towards the guards we called over.
There were times when it could have done something, I am sure. We did not notice its break-in until Jewel alerted us that she found it. Then I had to rouse the guards. I am no fool as to attack a lycanthrope by myself. We then chased it after gathering our troops out of the window and across the fields, trying to subdue it, but we failed. I am sure that there was plenty of time it could have gotten up to who knows what while we had not for eyes on it.
Which means this one, pointing to the unconscious Dexter, must have been snooping around during the attack. Close enough to interact with it, and yet out of sight, where no one can spot him.
Strange indeed.
We must search his laboratory for anything that could have gone missing.
So it's been like 10 days since he was attacked, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So shouldn't these wounds have healed up otherwise?
They definitely show signs of healing. Like there is scabbing, there is like knitting
He's been
flesh,
messing with it.
but it's been messed with and poked at and prodded and
Okay.
Yeah.
My God, he's a werewolf too.
No. I mean, unless he has silver, search his lab. Help me search his laboratory for any silver tools.
All right.
Doesn't it take until the next full moon?
Which is coming soon.
That's in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'd say that because I knew that offhand.
We'll have to ask the priest downstairs to see whether he's a werewolf or not, I think.
That he is, or find someone with the conclave.
His laboratory is off of the estate. He's not in the estate proper. It is on the grounds. It's essentially just an old shack. And there is a big potted plant. It is a big cactus in like a almost like ballerina like pose. And there is tables of like glass vials and scribbled, scrunched notes, and like you could see implements of like various different like scientific instruments just strewn everywhere, books piled up, written on, like tossed to the side, and in the back you find a like locked iron chest that looks brand new compared to everything else. The entirety of the place seems old and like used equipment, but this is like shining and polished and new, like it was recently purchased or acquired.
A locked chest?
Yeah, like a big iron lockbox.
Could you fit like an entire person in this big iron lockbox?
No, it's not quite that big, but like
Okay.
I don't know, like it's probably the size of like an end table.
I was just a little worried because he said that that he got attacked or it happened in his laboratories. I was like, does he have a werewolf in his lab? Surprise everyone!
No, he was going to become a contortionist. That way he could experience the transformation but not hurt anyone. An ethical madman.
Maybe I should try to see what's in the box.
Go for it.
How are you gonna get it open, Talese?
I assume it has an external lock of some sort.
It does have an external lock. It is not like a padlock or anything. It's actually built into the iron lockbox.
All right, I will pull out my thieves' tools and I will see if I can't crack them open with that.
This is going to be a DC 17 Thieves' Tools check. I want you to use Dexterity for your proficiency, your tool proficiency.
Hey.
18. You spend some time with it. This is an advanced lock to Lee's, and definitely of some of the higher quality you've seen before. Your first initial tricks don't quite work. It is a long process, but after 10 or 15 minutes of fiddling with it, you hear a very satisfying and the chest swings open. Inside this iron chest is every item of silver you could imagine. There is silver powders, silver bars, silvered, scientific devices, little silver test tubes, like liquid silver. It is all locked away in this iron box.
Somebody should look through his notes.
I look through his notes.
Are there any like silvered weapons in this like box? Or something that could be used as a weapon?
You look around, and while there isn't like a silver dagger or sword or anything in here, there are some like pretty sharp implements. You think you could get like a silver shiv out of one of these if you like snapped it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab a silver shiv. That sounds great.
All right. You take a silver shiv. It'll have the same properties to attack as a dagger, except instead of D4, it'll deal D2 damage.
Excellent. That's what I needed in my life.
All right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You say you're checking his notes.
Yeah, if he has any out.
As you look through them, the notes were like fairly dumb things. Oil density and like the perfect like flowers combinations, nectars. It seems like he really was working on perfume for a while. But there's just an immediate break in the notes. And then there is just line after line of like liquid silver drunk, no effect, bitter alloy taste, very metallic, we'll try again in 5 days, wounds seem to be healing, we'll reopen them to check for bodily transformations, no additional hairs found, disappointing, wanted full beard, like, there's just like line by line description of this guy like observing and documenting all of the like weird experiments he was doing to his like werewolf or lycanthropic infected form.
Okay. So no evidence that he was in collusion with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
If anything, we solved another issue. A potential infestation of more lycanthropes. That man will be kept under lock and key. I'm pretty sure the house will be thankful, but I think this trail ends here. We have a proper one to find now.
Randall, are you a tracker? Is it possible it came through here before or after it went to the main place?
It's been 10 days. I can try, but I don't know how heavy a lycanthrope is, and I'll start like looking around at the dirt outside to be like, where the hell did this idiot get attacked by a werewolf?
You start the search, and fair enough, you do find in the soft dirt outside the signs of a struggle. In fact, they're fairly easy to find, as there seems to be like markings made after the fact in irregular intervals from the space of the salt all the way to the like edge of the cottage, as if someone was measuring the area of the place. There is the sign of a like human foot like stepping into the dirt originally, and then where you would expect to see his next footprint, there are claw prints. There's also dried blood that has been like carefully marked by little like toothpicks in the ground. That some of it seems to have what appears to be like dried flakes of silver on it, and there's definitely signs of a struggle here.
I would like to start trying to follow these tracks back to where they came from.
Absolutely. Give me a survival wisdom check as you are tracking these things.
Oh.
A 10. Can anyone assist him? Does anyone know how to track?
No, I'm an entertainer.
Unfortunately not.
It seems that as you follow these to the edge of the estate, you eventually lose them as you look off into the forests of Rhymeview beyond.
Well, guys, I don't know. I can't follow him. I've lost the trail. Looks like it went up into the trees. I don't know. They're just gone.
Well, we have the entire forest to go through.
Would it be more efficient to just wait here for it to show up again? We know where it came through. We could just jump it as soon as it comes through the window.
We should figure out why. You guys sounded confident of why the Queen Mother had left, but I don't remember hearing that information. What? Is it possible? You guys seem to think she's out taking care of that letter that I think you still have?
No,
but
I gave it back to the priest.
Okay. In any case, it's possible there was something else done to achieve those means. It's possible that the crown was here and actually stolen, yes?
Could a crown fit underneath the mannequin's floor thing? I thought it was like a 3.
Depend on the size of the crown. It's a pretty narrow box, but it's, I suppose, possible in your mind, but unlikely.
I don't think anything was taken. I think it was a failed chance robbery, unless it's like another letter, right?
Well, let's think about motive for a moment, gentlemen.
Yes.
Greg, can we take a break?
That is a perfect time to take a break, yes. I was getting ready to call one here. We are going to take our break here. We've been playing for about 2 hours. We're going to get some drinks, use the bathroom, all that good stuff. Maybe sort out a plan going forward. And we will see you soon, Twitch chat. Be back after this. And we are back. Welcome to part 2 here of our Land Beyond the Mist session. The party was just tracking down the whereabouts of an alchemist who was very suspicious of being a lycanthrope. After breaking into the laboratory, breaking into the iron chest, they found some silver implements and some notes tracking his transformation, as well as a site where it seems a struggle has taken place nearby and the infection was given to the alchemist. Now, with that path clearly deciphered, the party is going to decide what to do next here out in the royal estate of the Queen Mother.
This leaves our last suspect, and I guess also our first. Julie was her name?
Jewel.
Jewel. The only thing I need to figure out, or we should figure out, is if she ever had a connection to the current king, whether previous employment or through family. Because if so, then...
No, she's a 5th generation head maid.
Of course she has connections to this family.
Yeah.
And then the king could come on by, and she could have family elsewhere. It's possible.
Also, who were the family that came to visit?
Pulls out list.
Who were the family that came to visit?
Jewel's brother is on the list, as well as the jester's wife.
He's married? How does that shitbag get
He's very good at his job.
We have the head guard's son. We have the regular delivery of food and supplies. This is a scheduled event, but was noted as coming and going, as well as a believer seeking counsel with the priest. This is a regular event, as people often come to from the kind of estate area without needing to go down into town proper to find a temple there.
Okay. I think we should go talk to Jules' brother.
That's our next course.
Okay. You ask around and you find that Jules' brother does not live on the estates. He left the family after some consternation amongst them from a younger age, and has been living down in Rhymeview proper, the like residential kind of districts.
Before we go, footprint tracking. The footprint came from the forest and then turned into a werewolf in like the next step?
Yep.
Or was that just
It was when it was coming into the ground, the kind of soft dirt near the laboratory, seemed that it was in human form and then turned into a lycanthrope, a clawed
But it's like
footprint.
a man's footprint, right?
Yep.
Okay. That's all I wanted to confirm. I think it's Jules' brother. Let's go and have a conversation.
Okay. Like I was saying, you ask around and you find that Jules' brother is living in the residential district of Rhymeview. After confirming with Jules' address, you go, I assume, to find him. When you arrive, you will find a small, kind of rundown single-bedroom house. It seems cared for, but in that way that, you know, single dudes care for their place. You could use a little TLC. We might be various levels of familiar with that. You knock on the door and find that there is no answer inside. And you peer inside the kind of window that you can find, and you see a dark abode with no movement inside of it.
Elise, it is up to you.
Is the door locked?
It is not. You swing the door open after trying it and step inside a dark room.
I just gesture forward like, I did it.
You are
My job here is done.
ma'am. Step in.
my God,
Master
she's a
of your
wizard.
craft.
As you enter, you find kind of a single room. There's an adjoining bedroom and an adjoining kitchen. Here, there is signs of it being lived in, though it is like much dustier than you would expect. There is, some dirty dishes, essentially, like a bowl of soup that was all but eaten. There's like just a little bit left in the bottom, but it seems to have sat for some time. There's a lived-in feel to the bedroom, like someone definitely sleeps here from time to time, but the place doesn't look as occupied as someone's main residence might otherwise make you believe.
He started living with his girlfriend?
What?
No, if he lived with his girlfriend, it would clearly be much tidier in here.
True.
He probably hasn't been here for a few weeks now. No
I
tracks.
sniffed the soup.
It's old.
Oh, like skunk.
Smells like skunk and roses.
Yeah, it's not like soured and rotting, but it's definitely like been sitting for at least a couple of days.
All right,
like a
we'll do
little-
what we.
I'm sorry. What are you rolling for here?
No, he just typed in a meme.
Oh, he typed in a meme. Okay.
Skunk and roses, skunks and roses. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I will do as I always do, and when I'm in new environments that I don't know what's going on, I will start tossing the place to look for anything of importance.
Absolutely. As you toss the place, give me an investigation check.
You know,
my God.
it's consistently not bad for a -2.
Yeah, you start tossing the place. Randall, you're tossing the place, like looking for things, trying to determine what secrets may hold here. And in the bedroom, you're like looking under the bed or something, and you bump into the the table stand, the nightstand next to it. And there, like a little candle in its holder is resting, and it kind of like falls off the table. Oh shit! But you will find as you go to replace it on the table stand, underneath that candle holder is a small note written in what is clearly a woman's hand, and it says, "Come by tonight. I'm sure we can find a solution to your problem."
We got her.
Guys, this handwriting is very neat compared to my own. In fact, I don't even know how to write letters. What kind of is this like paper that we've seen before, like the same type?
It is nice paper,
yeah.
It's clearly Jules' handwriting. I haven't seen her handwriting yet, but I'm making assumptions. I've gone full cracked egg again.
Why didn't we toss her room and the head guard's room too? What have we been doing this whole time?
We run back to the estate after
We have the implication.
It's true.
Okay, you rush back to the estate as fast as you can. Your investigation revealing a small slip of paper with an incriminating note upon it. You arrive back at the estate. You see them kind of in the middle of their daily routine. A surprised guardsman is like, "Oh, I didn't expect to return so soon."
We found the criminal.
You got the werewolf! Wonderful!
No. We know his sister, though.
Oh. Who?
Where's Jewel?
You eventually are led back up into the estate to find Jewel, going about picking up and cleaning the room with 3 other maids. Now that it has been investigated, it is being put back together. They look up as you arrive. Oh, more questions for us?
Not just questions, but accusations.
Oh?
3 girls who I am so convinced are charming me through spellcraft. Please leave the room. The head maid must stay.
They curtsy and make their way out of the
They're
room.
so synchronized.
And,
That was so proud of you, Harold.
Talise will go with them, and
Okay.
Talise is just going to have them each write down their account of that night.
Oh, okay. You do so. 2 of the 3 understand rudimentary letters, and with some coaching can make that happen. 1 of them cannot. They are essentially illiterate.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Head maid, Jewel.
Yeah.
I need you to write a sentence for me.
Oh? I
Yes.
suppose I can do that. I have been taught my letters. What do you need me to write?
Please come by tonight. We'll find I'm forgetting the actual. I look at the note to read it again. I'm reading her note to her.
She picks up a pen, twirls it in her hand, and begins to, or not a pen, but like a quill, and begins to write, pulling a blank sheet of paper from a nearby desk. And she writes in a broken and choppy and almost messy script.
Why don't you write with your dominant hand now?
Whatever do you mean?
Jewel, I literally just read you back your letter. Come on now. Are you really this dumb?
I perish the thought. I am a simple servant. I have done exactly as you've asked.
Jewel, you're under arrest.
I don't think you're actually a magistrate of the city here.
You're right. Guard! Shout to the guard captain. Arrest this woman.
You eventually get the head guardsman in here. He's like, Jewel? Why?
He summoned the werewolf. This is her handwriting. Her letter. From her brother.
He looks at it. He says, "Did you write this to your brother, Jewel?" "No, of course not. I've never seen it before in my life."
Deny it.
He says, "What proof do you have that she did write it?"
What do you mean?
"Well, you've found a scrap of paper with no name associated with it at all, and you've accused one of the most trusted and reliable servants that have been in this family's home for 5 decades. I need some amount of proof that Jewel is at fault here."
I look at my friends. He's in on it. I want him to break. Which does he believe? The investigator? Or someone the investigator is blindly accusing of committing several crimes in one go?
No, he's clearly like...
He needs the
smoking gun, right? He's like, okay, so you found this, that's cool, but also, we don't know that Jewel's brother is a werewolf. Like, he's a single man. Maybe he's got a lady friend. Maybe he contracted some kind of cold or something. Or
we're going to
maybe...
the head maid's room. We're going to find an actual piece of her script or writing. There's no way that her jank-ass broken thing is something this queen mother would allow. I don't believe someone with this poor of writing could be the head maid.
In fact, we have a whole pile of letters and scripts written. She is the one that sends and receives the mail on behalf. You can check for similar handwriting.
Okay.
Let's go to Jewel's room.
You go to the servants' quarters. There's like 4 beds and tables. It turns out these are shared. Often the servants will work in shifts. So in the day, the night shift will sleep after they've been cleaned and turned over, and in the evening it swaps. The beds are like have little like shelves next to them with some personal belongings and some extra clothes and whatnot. As you look through, you find no papers or letters or anything of the like tucked in any of the shelves. As you toss the beds.
What about the queen's room, where there's all the letters?
Oh, there's so much paper. Yeah. You want to try to find writing that matches that exact. Wait,
does the head maid, doesn't she do the scheduling for like the entire maid staff? Where is that schedule?
You ask this and she begins to recite it to you from memory.
Are you fucking kidding me? This entire place doesn't have anything written down from any of the employees here?
The jobs are fairly segmented, right? Once you do a thing, it's just a matter of deciding when you're going to do it. Her job, she says, entails scheduling and deciding like when shifts end and change, but often it is easier just to let them stay the same.
Let's change this line of questioning, because it looks like Harold is going on one of his manic rants.
I'm about to rage.
Has your brother recently changed his actions? Like, completely his bearing at all?
We just had lunch the other day. He seemed quite happy.
Quite normal?
He even paid for some soup. It was wonderful.
Because it looked like he had not returned to his house in several days when we went there. We knocked and no one was there. When we opened the door, it looked almost abandoned.
Oh, really? Well, that's news to me. I sure hope he's okay.
I don't know where to go.
Has he told you about any new acquaintances, friends that he's meeting up with anywhere?
Oh, no, I don't think so. No one knew. He has plenty of work friends from down in the docks. They sometimes have drinks together. He says one day he wants to sail. Doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon. Is that all?
Oh. Does anybody else have anything?
I'm about to just start shooting.
Put down the finger guns.
I swear,
yeah,
you have it all
I was
wrong.
expecting you to just like rip your skin off and turn into a werewolf when I accused you. I even gave like the room up from the servants so that it would only be us.
I'm devastated that you think so poorly of me and my
You're
brother.
doing
for
the
that
Greg
matter.
voice of smug. Come on, fuck me.
Well, it wouldn't. It's
I'm
not necessarily
screaming.
like thought down upon to become a werewolf. It's not really your fault. It's not like you're the weird perfume guy who chooses to become a werewolf, right? Or your brother chooses to become one. Like if accidents happen.
I
But
don't know what to say. Everyone fears lycanthropy. It's a true terror of the world. You're very accepting people. I hope that doesn't burn you.
Heart.
no, not like that. It's not their fault. They have to die. But people try to protect their family.
Hart goes into the queen's room. The piles of letters. There must be one written by Jewel that matches the handwriting. It has there.
Give me an investigation check.
It's a lot of letters.
It's a lot.
Harold did this accusation far too soon. He will ask for help from one of the party members.
Sure.
I already sorted the letters.
Is anybody able to like get through 'em? Go through 'em? Help
Yeah.
Hart out?
I will.
For sure.
I mean, now everyone's doing something.
Well, I think Harold, you're questioning.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh well, even
Regardless
with
of the help.
advantage, you investigate as best you can, but you
Oh,
find
cool.
no writing that matches this little slip that you have.
I don't suppose the Dexter, the mad scientist, handwriting matches it.
No, his is cramped and like small and angular. It looks nothing like the flowing feminine hand here.
And we saw the handwriting of the priest, and it wasn't like this.
No, it was not.
But he is a pervert. I run down the stairs.
No, he's not. He's a drunkard. There's a difference.
No, I know a pervert when I smell one.
What? How can you smell it? You know, just go on.
I rush down the stairs.
I follow.
Does
Do
the
you
handwriting-
recognize this handwriting, Mr. Man?
As you run down the stairs, it sounds like Randall had a question.
Does the thing that she just wrote, does it look like it's obviously like messed up, like she's doing this on purpose, or is it like that
as
bad
an
that, like,
illiterate
it could-
barbarian that doesn't know how to write himself, I'm not
True.
sure you know. And like it looks great to you. You're like, wow, one day I'll write that good.
Someday, yeah, you're not wrong.
wrong.
Someday we'll get there.
I mean, what's the chance it looks like it to Hart?
I don't know. You tell me. How familiar are you with like handwriting and like what expertise do you have to make that judgment?
Well, Hart is an 11 intelligence man. He is a soldier from some former trained company, and therefore probably a basic form of literacy, or at least like knowledge of like military commands written out, is probably required. And therefore,
Okay, so you have a
writing something.
rudimentary like soldier's background in literacy. So you don't really have like an expertise in deciphering handwriting. I think that for you it would be a very difficult insight check to know whether or not that was going to happen. So I'm going to give you a DC 18 insight check to determine the truth of her shitty handwriting.
Ooh.
To you, it just seems like she isn't as like good at the handwriting as your like company men were. She lacks that military training to shore up those angular edges.
Well, it's up to the rest. This is an accusation that's been levied.
I go to the priest.
Yes, Talise and Harold rush down the stairs. They eventually get down there. The priest is like, "Oh my god, you really need to change." As you enter the the room, you hold out this piece of paper in front of him. What do you say?
Do you recognize his handwriting?
He looks at it for a moment. Goes, "No, I cannot say that I do."
Do you know if Jewel knows how to write?
I would assume so. She's been trained in her letters.
By who?
By whom? I would assume her mother.
Is she alive?
Oh, sadly, no. She passed from the consumption a few years back.
Does she only have her brother left?
Her brother, 2 sisters.
2 sisters?
Yes.
Where are they?
They are accompanying her ladyship in her business.
I'm about to strangle this man. This is the worst news in my life. Aloud.
I believe
Mr. Priest.
Yes.
If, hypothetically, your head maid was working in collusion with a werewolf, how would you figure this one out? Help me out, priest.
That is a dire accusation to be leveled at her.
Yeah, I kind of already did. We found this incriminating note, but now she's faking her handwriting, so, I'm getting kind of called out here, and now I'm feeling bad.
Well, if, I know not. If there was a collusion with a werewolf, I guess my question would be why? There must be some reason to ask a werewolf to break into the Queen's chambers, or the Queen Mother's chambers.
Yeah, it's like she got mail from an empress or something. And I kind of read that letter out in front of her.
Yeah, that is probably not the best idea to be reading that letter out loud.
Yep, well, it's a little late for that one, Lenny.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Did you talk to Jewel's brother when he came to visit recently?
Oh, no. I saw him arrive. Jewel was waiting for him at the front entryway. They exchanged some pleasantries and went to town to get some food, I believe. They have been planning their day off for some time.
Oh, where does he work?
By the docks, I believe. Some kind of labor, packing and unpacking the cargo of ships.
Ah, excellent. That was information we actually needed. Come on, you knuckleheads. Let's go harass the people down by the docks now. We've harassed almost everyone in town at this point.
Good luck with your investigation. I hope you're not going down the wrong rabbit hole here.
I sure hope not.
At least we accomplished one good thing, even if it was a false accusation. Making indirect mention of the mad scientist, who is currently probably in chains.
Yes. I am glad that you put a stop to his perverted science.
Anyways, we have a lycanthrope to find. Hopefully it's only the first day, right?
Yeah, I think you've traveled to and from this location a couple of times. You're probably getting, like, towards the late afternoon at this point. Yeah, you're winding down your day.
Alright. We go outside, out of earshot of everybody. I stare back towards the window where the head maid is looking at me suspiciously, cutting a flower off to intimidate me. I look back at my other 4 companions. She knows the contents of this letter that she sent her brother to find. She's got to act on that information. Or something, right?
She's stuck in there. She can't do anything that would implicate herself with this
What if
knowledge.
she sneaks out?
We could wait the night. I mean, we could wait this coming night, if that's what you want.
I do.
Unless we find something new that would bring us back here. I don't believe she'll think we'll come back.
What's the
It's a
doc man gonna
stakeout.
tell us? The werewolf actually isn't working for him?
Well, if he suddenly stopped working at the docks recently, that would be kind of weird and suspicious, and perhaps he would know where the man is.
He's gonna be like, have you checked his house? We'll be like, yeah.
He hasn't been in there for days. Probably left
Perhaps
town.
And
Or
then what's the next step of that line of questioning? Do you know like
Perhaps
any
it
of
could've-
his hideouts out in the woods, like a hunting cabin he owns?
We could talk to his
His
friends
neighbors,
that go
you
to the taverns
fuck.
and shit, right? Like, do you really run away from home without telling anyone?
Yeah.
One thing's for sure, this man is definitely hiding out every, full moon in the forest. He's been spotted 2 weeks ago in there.
2 weeks ago wasn't the full moon? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That is another thing. He is controlling his lycanthropy a bit. He shifted right in front of it. Or right leading up to the manor.
Look. One night. We see if she acts. And if not, I don't know.
Why
Go
would
and
he
ask everyone for a hunting cabin location here?
Why would he control... If he can control his lycanthropy, did he attack because someone saw him? So perhaps he thought Dexter saw and noticed and knew the person?
Probably not on the full moon. I don't know how lycanthropy
I think he
works.
hit Dexter on the way out. Not on the
Yes,
way in.
but he was in human form and then turned into a beast to attack him, right?
That was when he was coming into the grounds. So he
Did
came into
Dexter
the
see-
grounds, transformed, broke in, came down, left, attacked Dexter as he was being pursued.
Point of order. Is it possible Dexter would have seen this man before he transformed?
We did not. We don't know. We didn't ask.
Where the fuck's Dexter at? Is he like in the cellar or something?
Yes, he is in the cellar, tied up with metal chains, raving at the like guards on the other side of the door, like, "You're halting the progress of science! I will break the code of the world! We shall know so much!"
Dexter, shut the fuck up for a moment. Damn.
You're back! Get your stenchy, gropey hands away from me! You're worse than these metal chains! It is you! It is you! It is your fault! You and your perverted fingers are the stoppers of the march of science!
I shoved
Listen,
my
we'll
fingers
stab
in
you
his
with a
nostrils.
silver shiv if you tell us what you know.
I've already tried! It doesn't do much at the moment.
But does it do something now? You tried it before.
Come in! Stab away! But make notes! Copious notes! And I will need
Did the
them!
werewolf transform, Dexter?
What?
Did you see the werewolf transform?
I was walking from my laboratory. Dee Dee told me she needed more water. And so, as I was walking with pail in hand, staring at the stars, thinking of the infinite possibilities of man, I heard steps beside me. And then, like a wildcat, I was pounced upon and thrashed, as you see here. It was then that I saw, running through the night, a rat-like form, human hybrid of fur and teeth, and I felt the stinging nettles and the flow of my own blood. Yes, I knew. A lycanthrope had blessed me with the opportunity to learn more than I could have ever known. So I hid in my laboratory, fed Dee Dee upon my own succor, and began to take copious notes.
Did you see the run into the forest or towards the manor?
Towards the manor.
That's our answer.
So
Did he just say it was a were-rat?
Yes, it's a were-rat that we're dealing with now.
But everyone else said it was a werewolf.
No, we're making assumptions, because that's what we do as people, okay?
All right. Hand me the shiv. I'm gonna give him what he wants.
Yes! Thrust it upon me! Try it in my back! I haven't been able to reach back there. Maybe it starts at the source.
Stab him with the shiv.
Oh, it still hurts! Oh!
It's
Why aren't
silver,
you-
of course it would hurt.
Why wouldn't you try with a regular weapon?
I have! I want to know when the allergy to silver begins.
Would you say when it's a sharp pain or a dull pain?
Very sharp! Very sharp! Yes, good question, brother. It's the pain. How would I describe it? It is a sensation like a piercing yourself upon the thorn of Didi. Yes.
Guys, the lycanthrope is not here. I may or may not be in town. He hasn't been in his home. He might just have gone to the forest or someplace.
Who's gonna lead us there? Look, she's gonna jump out the window, or crawl out the window, or sneak out the window in the dead of night, and it's going to lead us right there. And if she doesn't, I'm gonna be pissed. And then we'll do whatever the fuck you want, okay? I beg of you.
Fine.
Thank you. Go look for hunting cabins tomorrow.
I hate you.
I hate me too. I blew my shot, man. I shot too early. It's a tale as old as time.
We're getting there.
I know.
We'll wait till nightfall. We'll probably hang out somewhere along the edge of like the forest or
True.
just so we can take a watch at the manor.
Okay, absolutely. You wait out at the edge of the forest, watching the manor grounds. The sun goes down, setting a brilliant orange and violet sunset over the coast. Eventually, the stars come out. Full night falls. You see nothing for some time. But as you're keeping close watch, some hours after nightfall, there is a figure hooded in some dark cloak with a lantern that makes their way out of the manor's front entrance and begins to slip out towards the edge of the estate grounds and makes their way through a gate, closing it behind them, and begins to make their way out into the forest line.
We follow.
My God, Harold, you're a fucking genius.
Let's go.
There is method to the madness. But now we must stalk like hunters in the night. We are the wolves now. Feed them, brother.
You follow along. I want all of you to give me stealth dexterity checks.
Oh no.
Ooh,
Oh,
Tallulah is
yes.
super stealthy.
Oh,
Oh, only one.
Auspicious number.
Auspicious number indeed. So let me do some quick math here. 26 and 16 and 7 and 9 is 58 by 4 is 14 and a half. You creep along behind this figure, a single lantern swinging in the forest at night. You can hear the forest coming alive around you. It's a long walk. It's not a short one through the forest. Eventually, you find yourself following along a small dirt path through the forest. the figure turns down this road, makeshift road, not like a full on road, almost like a small kind of path that's been walked many times, and you follow and creep along behind until you see the form of just a single human. You don't see two figures because you're following the first one. You see a single human figure bathed in the light of the lantern. It is a like brown-haired, burly-looking human male who sits on a log and is like speaking in hushed tones with the hooded lantern carrying cloaked figure. What do you do?
I'm ready to go. Guys, I'm super ready to go right now.
I'm ready as
Are
well.
we gonna? Do
I
we
wanna-
just start off attacking, or should we at least make sure that it's the were-rat and not just murder this lady and her like boyfriend that she's afraid to tell
First,
everyone?
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
want to
cast
listen.
false life on myself, muttering
surround
the
them.
words. "Doo-ba-doo-doo."
We surround them so they don't run off.
You surround them so they don't run off, creeping through the forest line. Okay, so in order to do that, you're going to have to get behind the male figure. I need to know who is going behind them. Which two
Our
of you?
stealthiest guys, while we dumb fucks who are allowed in heavy armor don't do that and just sort of will be the ones to initiate the confrontation.
Yeah.
So the rogue and barbarian, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll go behind. It's fine.
All right. I want both of you to give me stealth checks as you make your way behind them.
Oh.
Okay.
+1.
Please sneaking through.
Ugh.
Oh, and so is Randall. You both slip through the shadows of the night using the cover of the forest sounds to hide your steps, and you get to the other side of this interesting duo. One sat upon the log, while the other just chats with them in hushed and quiet tones. So, you've snuck successfully behind them. What do you do?
I'm listening intently, trying to see what they're saying. Obviously, they're talking quietly,
Uh-huh.
but there's maybe a chance I can catch some words.
Okay, absolutely. With your excellent stealth, you creep forward amongst the sounds of the forest and the trees, getting as close as you dare as you kind of hold your own breath, waiting for the sounds of their conversation to reach your ears. As you do this, you catch little snippets of the conversation coming to you. They are just in quiet tones saying, "All right, I think we might have gotten the wrong letter. I thought that the queen might be more interested in what we saw, but this other one that the priest had is about something very dangerous. I'm worried that she might not. Oh, I think we got a decoy." He says, "That's all right. We tried our best. I can just keep hiding out here, you know? It's, not the worst life." He says, "Yeah, but they're trying to kill you, and it's gonna be like, oh man, it's gonna be like 5 years ago all over again." He says, well, maybe I can start again in a different town, you know? Go down to Timbervale, come a logsman, maybe sail all the way to Rustport. I hear that they can do all kinds of cool things down in the desert there. Might be harder to hide out, but either way, you could still come visit. He says, oh, but that would be so far, so hard. I don't know if I could get away like that.
I'm gonna start creeping forward sometime in here.
Yeah?
Trying to
Me
get
too.
all the
I draw
way
the
in.
silver
on the-
shiv.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got my 2 daggers out.
The party creeps closer, and as the first step is taken from your position so close to them, you see the head of this boy or man sitting on the log in front of you kind of cock towards your direction, and he hisses, "There's someone followed you." She says, "Okay, get out of here then. Where are they? I'll stop them." You creep forward. The rest of you creep forward, and you see this man change in front of your eyes, shifting into a furry form, a rat-like visage. Takes his place, and he turns to run out into the forest.
I think his transformation triggers initiative, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And with
Okay.
that, I will have you all roll initiative against said were-rat.
The first time I roll good.
Excellent. Let me pop out this were-rat here so I can roll for him.
The real question, guys, is do
A
I hold his
proper
sister hostage or not?
All right.
She knows too much.
With that, I want you all to tell me what you do. Harold, you see this creature transform, begin to turn as if to rush away. What do you do?
I will step forward as fast as I can, running right behind the woman who I assume is Jewel.
I don't know if you can recognize her or not. She's in
Yeah.
a dark black cloak and
I
holding
like
a lantern.
making assumptions, though. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna text
sure.
The the were-rat to have disadvantage on I'm gonna say dexterity checks.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast him twice. Or not twice, once, because I'm level 2.
Okay, so you hex this creature.
Nice.
He shall be hexed by you. Go ahead and roll to hit with your Eldritch Blast.
There you go.
We'll go with that. You strike with an 18. That will hit him. Please roll me some damage.
I'd love
Oh.
to do 19 damage
Ooh,
immediately.
for 19 points of damage, it screeches out, "Ah!" And you hear the woman's voice. Now that you are right next to her, you recognize Jewel's voice. She throws back her hood. "No! Don't hurt him! No!" She's like pleading with you. Randall,
I'm gonna kill him.
what do you do?
Randall steps on a Lego and rages as he draws a silver shiv as he runs at this. And he says, "I warned you about loving were creatures.
No,
Your
don't
love
hurt
will
my
make
brother!
many
no!
people become infected. This thing attacked another." And I will like stab into him with a very angry Lego. A silvered Lego, some might say. Does a 14 hit?
14 will hit.
Take 9 points of damage from a silver shiv.
Jesus. All right,
He's
you
very
deal
strong and
9
angry.
points of damage. The creature is bloodied. She
shimp
turns,
him.
"No, don't!" And as a reaction, she's going to try to tackle you, Randall. She runs up and
no.
lunges at you.
Hang on.
No!
That might have provoked an attack of opportunity from a flail.
Do you attack of opportunity her?
Yeah.
You
I'm gonna
have to,
slap
right?
her with a flail.
Quiet.
Okay.
Are you is this lethal?
Non-lethally slapping her with a flail.
How does
Okay.
this work?
For 14 to hit?
You hit her. Go ahead and roll damage.
For 5. Ignore the 2.
5. Okay, she has 4 hit points.
Cool.
She
Non-lethal.
goes unconscious, running away from you. She slumps in front of Randall, like, ugh. Talise,
You're next.
it is your turn. What will you do?
Kill him.
I will light my lightsabers with my bonus action.
Okay.
Activating my Bite of the Flame Serpent.
Yes. The daggers ignite in flames. Snake-like appendages like lick out away from the hilt of the dagger and have like biting mouths at the end of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack this were creature.
You sling the daggers forward and they, like, the snake forms rip out, biting into the creature as you damage it. That hits. Roll me damage. Excellent. For 5, 12, 18 damage. Wow! The creature, like, falls to a knee, sliding off of the wooden thing, like, singed fur and flesh hitting your nostrils. It's making its own whimpering, like, sounds. Clearly very injured.
Knock him out.
With that, it is Heart's turn. What are you doing?
Kill him.
Hart moves up 30 feet. Action dashes and then action surge. I just shove him prone. Is this how you wanna die? A monster. 12 athletics.
And you're grappling him. Okay, he is going to resist.
Yeah.
He does not want to be grappled. He is going to fail to escape your grapple. He's too wounded. You lunge like, do you want to die a monster? And just hold on to him, grappling his body together with yours.
Make your decision, and I end my turn.
All right. It is the were-rat's turn. It is going to scrape and lunge and try to like shove you off of it to get out of here. It is going to make an acrobatics check to try to disengage from you. Could you give me a strength athletics or deck? Yep. You hold on, easily keeping it in place. It's screeching out frightened chirps. Looking at the like fallen body of his sister with like the most despair you could possibly see on a little beady rat face. Harold, what do you do?
I'm going to non-lethally bludgeon him into unconsciousness. And by that I mean I'm gonna put Hexblade's curse on him as well as the hex already there.
Okay.
You may need to... I just want to hit him. I want to hit him. I'm gonna knock him out, bro.
Wow!
We're gonna bring him right.
All right, that's a casual, non-magical though, non-magical and non-lethal. What is that?
Isn't your flail
Plus hex
magical? 'cause
damage.
of
Plus
your
hex
pack?
damage.
You
That's packed of the pack weapon.
Oh.
You strike this creature for 21 points of damage. Its eyes roll up into the back of its head. Its face lolls forward. It slumps in Heart's arms. It looks to be clearly defeated. And then, after a beat, it twitches. It twitches, and the curse thickens and emboldens him. The rat grows in size. It is no longer the bloodied form of a human hybrid. It is a full lycanthrope. And it stares with bloody, murderous intent at you. Randall, you see this happen. What do you do?
That's a huge rat! As he angrily stabs it with a silver shiv again.
Oh, that's a huge rat!
Fuck you, giant stinky snake!
You shiv it for 8 points of damage. Excellent. It whips over to look at you with its beady eyes. As it does so, its tail sweeps thunderously against your legs. Make me an acrobatics dexterity. Oh no, a dexterity saving throw, excuse me, of DC 13.
Excellent. I believe I get advantage because danger
you are
sense.
Raging. Yes, absolutely. And danger sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
You leap over it. Whoosh, the tail passes underneath your legs. You land on the ground safely, having dodged it. Talise,
Hand me the shiv!
it is your turn. What will you do?
I will bring down my first blazing dagger.
Mm-hmm.
A 21 to hit.
That'll hit. For 8 points of damage.
Oh, sorry, there's an extra fire damage in there. I clicked the wrong thing.
Oh. Yeah, you are missing your fire damage. For 9 points of damage. The rat snaps its head over to you as you strike it. Make for me a DC 13 dexterity saving throw as its tail whips your direction. You succeed, dodging back and away from it, its tail whipping above your head.
As it whips its tail past me, I sort of do a flip backwards, disengaging with
Okay.
a bonus action and moving back away from it.
Okay, excellent.
Actually, more like that. There we go. Good.
Okay, perfect. Heart, it becomes your turn.
Hart spends an item, or one of his items, his dual wielder. He'll reach for the shiv from Randall. Does he give it?
I slap your hand away and tell you to do something else.
Fine then, he'll draw
flails,
both
man.
his flails.
I thought you could hit things like this with some special ability, you psychopath.
Get your own shiv!
I will attack it with my flails.
Alright. Are your
No
flails
blocks.
magic in some way?
No.
You strike at the creature. It seems completely unaffected by your flail.
I will summon my Mock of Death. A black wing sprouts, and I will attack it with my bonus action flail.
Yes! Excellent! You strike it. A visage of death is before the rest of your party. You see a single black wing streaking out. He flails it. The creature takes a big chunk of flesh off of its face with the flail, dealing 12 points of bludgeoning damage. It is bloodied and it cries out in surprise. Ah! It looks at you and it's going to swing its tail. Make me a DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
Keep on. That's a fail.
That is a fail. You are struck in the legs by his sweeping tail, knocked prone on the ground beneath the creature. The Wereat goes. Seeing a prone enemy, it goes to sink its fangs deep inside of you. It will attack with advantage since you are on the ground. That is a 23.
That hits.
All right, please take for me 6 points of piercing damage. But also, I need you to make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw as you feel. You feel the warm poison of its saliva entering your body, but your body convulses and rejects the magic curse, and you are safe. The creature then sharpens its claws. It is going to rake them down upon you. Striking with a critical hit. Brilliant. The claws rend into your flesh for 4 points of slashing damage. The creature... Harold, it is your turn. What will you do?
I fucking swing at him, man. That's all I can do. Actually, no, it's not all I can do. I take that back. I will take 1 step back, provoking an attack of opportunity from him.
Absolutely. It lunges forward with its fangs, trying to bite at you with a 14.
It misses.
Okay.
Parry it with my shield.
Yes.
Put down the flail. Summon an Eldritch Blast. So it's not a disadvantage. And I just want to hit him. I just want to hit him really hard.
All right.
Oh,
Your milky
really
blast
hard,
lights
man.
up the night sky, showering this creature with your magics.
That is all correct.
Yes, it takes 16, 17, 21 points of damage. Oh my god. The creature stumbles back. Clearly injured, your milky magics revealing like blood oozing down from its shoulders. Its face is beaten in by the flail. It's like almost drunkenly stumbling, but still alive. Randall.
Randall says, "This is for the Legos, you son of a bitch!" As he rages and jumps on this thing and attempts to stab it to death. This one.
Your 19 shivs the creature.
8?
For 8 points of damage, it spins in surprise, attempts to lash out at you with its tail, but falls in mid-lash, thundering into the ground, dead as a doornail. As it dies, it transforms, its body changing back into that of the poor Jules' brother. If I can find his token again, Jesus. Okay, there he is, dead as a doornail, lying next to his brother, or his sister.
You killed him!
You're damn right I did. This fucker was hiding Legos all over the place. You didn't understand. I'm actually with the Lego FBI. It's my
We need
secret
to hit
mission
him
in life
alive.
to stop them.
We need it!
Why?
as proof.
He's a werewolf. Fuck or were-rat. Fuck off.
Points to the body of a person.
We were told to kill it. We killed it. Can we find where he came from?
Guys,
Yes.
I think you should know they were talking about the
You in
queen.
another letter or something?
The queen, I think, if I heard them properly, not the queen mother, the queen. They were trying to find the letter for the queen, if I understood properly.
That's a matter we'll have to deal with later.
Let's go track down where this man used to live.
Yes, it's not far. You follow down the road some bit, and there's a little shack, run down, clearly old. It has a hole in the roof and a bucket underneath that has collected rainwater. There's a small cat in the back of it that shrieks as you enter, and then jumps through a hole in the wall out into the forest. A single bedroll and just a plain run down shack that clearly has been lived in for a few days.
I knew it was the cats all along.
Yeah, does this cat look familiar to us?
No,
I've seen this
different
cat
cat
before.
entirely.
Okay.
There's more than one cat in this world, guys, I promise. It's not
What
the
if
same
it
cat. I
wasn't?
swear.
They're in league with each other.
Okay. We ransack the place, I suppose.
You ransack the
Looking for
place.
evidence?
There's nothing here. It's just a little shitty cabin. There's a used bedroll, a I guess there's a like bucket filled with rainwater and runoff from the holes in the roof. Some cat droppings, and a like, you know, rested in bedroll.
Okay. We need to leave. Okay. So what would be the proper procedure here? We got hired by the Cold Iron Company. So do we need them to come out here to confirm like all the tracks and signs about this guy left giant size or large size rat prints, right? Within the dirt. Like that's or essentially the only proof we have that this man is a were-rat.
Yes. I don't
so
know
we
if
need them to come out here.
we can bring his body there to the Cold Iron, but I doubt. Like, how would you confirm?
Well, the Cold Iron was just sort of the contracting company, right? Like, the person that will actually have interest in proof that this is done is the estate.
I want Grimes out here. Grimes, he's a professional werewolf killer or something.
Look, let's just take her back. We'll leave his body here for a minute. You know, and we'll go get someone from the estate. We're like, what, a 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk from the estate? We'll get the head guard out here with a lantern, another lantern, and he can come and investigate the site of the battle, and everything will be fine, okay? Look, we saved her from a terrible were-rat. Okay, you know what? I'll stand here and watch over her body and make sure she does not become a corpse.
Randall, you're the only one who killed someone today.
Do you want me to stay here and watch Randall?
I would love it if you stayed here, Miss Gnome.
Shall I stay as well, just in case?
You're gonna let him walk out?
I'm in jealousy.
Look at how squishy he is. He could die at any moment.
He's not gonna.
A stray Lego would just instantly destroy that man.
Yeah, this is true. All right, come on, Randall. We're gonna go get the guard.
Me? Oh yeah, of course.
You and me, bud.
I mean, Ralua is like grab the lantern and like, walk away with it.
I am still
can't see in the
angry.
dark. I'm angry for another 40 seconds or something. Fuck you.
All right. Randall and Harold head off with the lantern in tow back through the forest which you came. You had traveled for a while down this road, so it's going to be some time before you get to the manor or even further to the conclave, or not the conclave, the Cold Iron Company's barracks. But you begin making your way back. That leaves Talise and Hart in the dark of the night, listening to the sounds of the forest as they come alive around you. Actually, it didn't roll. Oh, after a single hour of waiting here, the unconscious form of Jewel begins to stir. Oh, my head. Oh. And she looks up, and the first thing that she sees is the dead body of her brother. She cries out in pain. Ah! That was very pained. I'm sure you all agree. She breaks down into tears, hardly even noticing the two of you. What do you do when she awakes?
I'm nearby, but I'm not like I'm stopping her.
Okay.
I just watch.
You know, I've got one of my blades in my hand turned about so I can, like, bop her on the head if she gets too out of line, but, like...
Okay. She cries for a while before eventually taking out from a sleeved pocket a simple letter. She folds it up and places it in his breast pocket of the tunic that is now like slashed up, and she just sits there, head in her hands for a moment before looking around, finding the two of you. So, you two have gotten your reward, it seems.
What is it that you've done? Why all the cloak and dagger? Figuratively.
Matters not now. It seems that my brother was a werewolf. Took me for a fool and broke into the Queen Mother's room, stole a letter, and has lured me out here under false pretenses, upon which
We'll
I
walk on
was
over.
knocked out and he was slain.
I will take the letter that she just put in his brother's coat.
It is a letter in a flowing hand that details, that is addressed to the Queen Mother, and details a fling with a certain royal and a young woman taking place in the Isles just off of Timbervale. You will recognize the name is that of the old king, now dead, and some young aristocrat from the town, or the city, if you will, of Shallow's Rest.
I'll hand it over to Lise to read as well. Shake my head.
I don't understand. What's this note all about?
Jewel looks up at you and goes, I don't know, you'd have to ask my dead brother. He clearly stole it. Who could say why?
You just put it on him. We saw you. We were right here.
I definitely don't know what you mean.
Look to Toulouse. Hey, that's up for the Queen Mother to decide at that point. We can tell her what we saw.
Yep,
Give
I'm
her
gonna
report.
keep a hold of the letter.
Okay.
And we wait.
All right. She waits, watching the two of you. It's a long trek through the night back into the city proper, but you eventually make it. Where do you head, Randall and Harold?
So I wanted to go get the people who paid us to go kill a were-rat, which is the Cold Iron Company.
Okay.
So although we could go to the estate and be like, "Hey, Mr. Guard, I want the professionals to come out here to get their opinion first, and then whatever they want to do from there is their business."
Okay. You meet with William Grimes. He of the tremendous mutton chops. He stumbles out from the barracks late at night after you cause a ruckus, trying to get their attention. You returned. You want me to investigate some werewolves? Were-rat, you say? Yes.
Yes.
Sure, I suppose. That is what I am here for, after all. Lead the way out into the woods. I will confirm your deed and see to it that you are paid out.
Thank you, sir. I will lead him all the way back if he doesn't want to bring anyone else.
Yeah, he's chilling. He walks out his wooden peg leg through the streets of the city. It slows you down, takes you longer to get back out there. Eventually, as the sun is rising, you come across Jewel, Talise, and Hart sitting around the body of her brother. Head of the kind of trade store and front of the guild for the Cold Iron Company begins to look around. You see him investigating the sign of the site of the battle, taking note of the prints that he sees in a very workmanlike manner. He turns after a solid 10 minutes of investigation and goes, "Yeah, that's a werewolf. Or a were-rat. It's definitely a shapeshifter. You can see here," and he starts pointing it out. "I will make note that you have done your job well. Young lady, you hurt?" She looks up. She says, "Not physically." "Very well. Do you need accompaniment back to town? Says,
Grimes, it wasn't collusion with the were-rat.
you were in
She let us
collusion
do it.
with the were-rat, were you?
Yeah.
She says, no, of course not.
She tried to plant this letter on him after he was dead.
I don't know what these people are talking about. Clearly, I was led out here by my brother under false pretenses. I had no idea you could be a lycanthrope. She bats her big brown eyes at the constable.
Grimes is a cold-hearted man who's seen this shit before 10,000 times.
She
We
was
have
covering for
a
her
second
brother.
letter left.
She
at the
even let
brother's
him
residence.
infect somebody.
I definitely had no idea about any of this.
Grimes, what's your recommendation here, Chief? I'll kill her right now. You give me the word, man.
He thinks for a while and goes, well, she's not a were-rat, is she?
I don't
She
know.
could have been.
Probably not.
You have
Don't
silver
think so.
on you, or do you... Never mind, I don't want to know what you do. He pulls a long silver blade off of his back. And he says, grab upon this, my dear. She reaches out tentatively and, grasps, gently the silver blade. I see no averse reaction. You're free to go as far as I'm concerned. Guild's job was to exterminate the were-rat. This girl clearly is not one, or at least has not been cursed by lycanthropy previously. I don't see any wounds upon her. Was she struck during the melee?
Yes.
By the were-rat, yes?
No.
Ah. Guild business has nothing to do with her, then.
Okay.
At that point, it's up to us just to inform the captain of the guard.
Okay. It's gonna be another thing.
Thank you, Mr. Grimes.
Grimes, you're a beautiful man.
Maybe once upon a time. And he stubs back through the forest, leaving you there.
I wish I could grow mutton chops like that man.
I wish
All
I
right,
had a peg
Miss
leg like him.
Julie, you're coming with us.
I
We're
can
going
help you
back
with
to the
that
manor.
one.
All right, sure. You make the journey back to the manor with a jewel in tow. A body just left out into the forest to rot, supposedly.
We didn't even search him to see if he had anything valuable on him. Unfortunate.
He's a shitter. Who cares?
Okay. You make your way back to the manor, jewel in tow. What do you do?
Well, we call for the captain of the guard to have a chat with him.
He shows up. Yeah?
We present him the letter we found. May mention of how Jewel snuck out.
You
at
show
night.
him the Queen Mother's letter. Okay. Alright, yep.
Yeah, it's
yep.
something. Yeah.
Okay. He raises his eyebrows, as high as they go as he reads it. Yes. A very incriminating letter, that is.
Yep. She planted it on the body of the werewolf that we found. We killed it. Member of the Cold Iron Company confirmed the kill. Contracts will be settled soon.
Oh, the Cold Iron Company have confirmed it. You've killed the werewolf. Jewel, you had this letter? She says, no, I have no idea what they're talking about. Clearly the werewolf stole it from her room.
She'll lie through her teeth.
Sir, I don't want to... We snuck up on them to hear what they were talking about, and they were talking about spying on the Queen Mother, and they had a decoy letter on accident, specifically. And I think this letter is like a decoy, and there was another one she needed to learn.
Oh, this is a decoy letter.
Apparently. That's what she was talking about.
Says, I
But
know
she-
nothing of the sort.
She knows too much already.
My brother was a werewolf. I'm traumatized.
It'll match the penmanship of the other letter. You can wait. Keep her up her lock and key for the
No, it
Queen
most
Mother to
definitely
arrive.
won't. The penmanship of this letter is that of a man that has a kind of foreign flair to it. This is addressed
This
to
is
the
a-
Queen Mother, but
Yeah.
is from someone in Shallow Rest, supposedly.
I'll take him aside and tell him my idiot friend read out loud like a coded letter that like someone wrote to the queen about some like powerful artifact in front of her, and she now knows of it, so she needs to be like detained until the queen can decide what she wants, or the queen mother decides what she wants to do about it.
I have heard of your idiot friend's performance, yes. That is reason enough to at least confine her for the time being. Sure.
There's some
Sorry.
particularly sensitive potential information I'd like to get to the Queen Mother if possible.
Yes, of course. I suppose we can't give it to Jewel for the time being. That would normally be the routine. I suppose we'll have to... Well, I'll take it myself from now until we can find appropriate replacement. Perhaps her sister Julie will be the one to take the place.
Yeah, I'll just sort of write a note, sort of detailing what I heard them say, them mentioning that they might have been doing something on behalf of the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like important information for them to possibly know. So I will then, appropriately seal it. I don't have, a stamp seal, but we can seal it even if there's nothing.
Sure. Yeah, you
official
can melt some wax and seal it up, and he will actually press his own guard's ring into it and place it in a breast pocket on his tunic. So I will make sure that her ladyship sees this.
All right. That should cover all of the business.
Thank you very much for your service to her ladyship. We thank you much.
Also, don't forget to check on the good old Dexter to see if he actually is a lycanthrope or not.
Oh, we have contacted with the Conclave of the Faithful. We will see whether or not her ladyship desires to pay the price to have him cured, or if he will just be put down.
Oh, that's awful. Poor Dexter,
Well,
he's just a madman.
Yes,
gotta do what you gotta do.
Lycanthropy is a
pocket.
dangerous curse, so we must take the steps that are required to keep it at bay.
True.
That's for sure.
Very true.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Happy that we can be of assistance. At least in some way, one way or another.
Well, thank you for your diligence. I will make sure that your efforts are known to her ladyship on her return, as well as this information is gotten to her. Thank you all. I am sure that our payment will be given to you by the Cold Iron Company, as is tradition. And he takes Jewel roughly by her shoulder and leads her away towards a place where you hear screaming, "Give me some liquid silver! I am a day older and a day more transformed! I shall drink it!" And you leave.
Let's get this man some liquid silver.
You fucking psycho.
You leave the manor.
Destroy his fucking liver.
Turn him blue.
Mission accomplished.
Yes, mission accomplished. Very well done.
Actually,
everyone.
everything's sorted.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So I'm going to get some experience points for you all, and sort out your rewards. While I'm doing that, I will turn the floor over to the four of you. If you have any shout-outs, want to tell people where they can find you on the interwebs or anywhere else, anything you just want to tell the people and let them know, now's your time. I'll turn it over to y'all.
Gamers.
I'm Mr. Underground. I come here roughly every month or so on Greg Hansen strings, playing some Dungeons & Dragons with everyone here in the West Marches. Also, sometimes rarely, well not rarely, but mostly every week, I appear on Dungeon Masters of West Marches as well. Ooh. We're currently exploring a dangerous island filled with necromancy.
And
Where I'll
worms.
go. And worms.
And a walking banana tree.
Yes. That's me.
Yeah, I'm Koron, aka Nick. I probably will be there if you hang around John's stuff long enough, so I'll let him shout his own dumbass out.
Fair.
Wow.
Thank you. Get him,
Hey
Charlie.
guys. Yeah, that's Charlie. I'm John, Dungeon Master. Catch me as I DM and murder one particular player for no apparent reason. Not only do I murder him with characters and monsters, but also every time he says something wrong in the slightest amount, I must destroy him. The wolf in me is too strong. It's everywhere.
Okay. Guys, I'm Charlie. It's nice to meet you all. I hate animals. I cannot stand them, and I want them to all no longer exist. You can find me on John Dungeon Master, twitch.tv, as well as Apollo_Nick at twitch.tv, where we will be starting up Season 2 of Fable Table with some familiar faces.
Oh, as a side note, I think you're doing a Lancer thing on Fridays, right?
Yes, we're starting a new Lancer campaign, which is loosely based off of Digimon. TM, don't quote me, asterisk, check the notes.
Awesome.
I hate Digimon too, now that I think about it.
They're just electronic animals, right?
They really are, if you think about it.
Well, with those very interesting shout-outs out of the way, I want each of you to take home 375 experience points each. You will also be awarded with 48 gold pieces each, as well as plus 10 reputation with the Cold Iron Company, as well as plus 10 reputation with the House of Queen Mother Regina.
Nice.
Ooh.
Based. Alrighty. I think that's level 3 for me, boys.
Yeah.
It's time to troll.
All right. There were no magic items found today. We didn't get to that part. But this was a very fun stream nonetheless. I hope you all enjoyed it quite a bit. We'll be doing another one of these next week, and hope to see you then. If not, have a great rest of your day, night, week, whatever it is, so I do catch you again. And we'll see you next time. Peace, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.